here we go. Broadcasting live, this is KMA Talk Radio. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of fine cigars. With your hosts, Honest Abe and Adam K. the Brewmeister. Listen to the show anywhere in the free world at KMATalkRadio.com.
I like to smoke them like some Prince Churchill, like John Kennedy, yeah. Remember Coach Red Auerbach, smoked up for victory, yeah. Well, you can take my wife, you can take my car, but you can't take my big cigar. My cigar.
Good morning, loyal listeners, libertarians, lovers of the leaf, everyone out there in Radioland. Welcome to another exciting edition of KMA Talk Radio, broadcasting live here in lovely West Palm Beach, Florida. I am Adam K. the Brewmeister. With me, of course, as always, the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Honest Abe.
Good morning.
Would you like me to help you out with that, Paul?
It would have been nice if you just...
I'm sorry, our special guest can't hear. So, they don't want me to worry about it.
That's fantastic.
So true.
There, you have some audio now? Oh, all right, good.
He would say yes if he was dead silent in his headset right now. He'd be like, yeah, I got audio.
Is it possible that it was just not loud enough? Like, it was pretty loud, but it needed to be, like, all the way up. I think Adam had to do something.
It's all right.
I mean, it's fine.
It doesn't bother me.
All right, sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
Well, here we are.
And of course,
Yeah, look, you
here's
threw
Paul.
Adam off now.
Here's Paul, the producer.
Hi.
Yes.
He broke his intro. He doesn't know what to do. He's totally broken down right now.
He's a mess today. So...
He probably imbibed very heavily last night.
do you think so?
No.
He said he did not. When I spoke to him, I said, are you hungover?
You do understand that when you, when you have, incompetent mornings, it's kind of better to say I imbibed heavily than just let people assume that that's how you really are.
I'm just exhausted, I'm sorry.
That might be true.
Exhausted? How late were you there?
After midnight,
What time did
And
you
you weren't
leave?
drinking?
Oh,
I had 2 bourbons.
That's all you had, 2 bourbons?
Yeah.
that's why. You got to get yourself right.
You're right. You should throw some bourbon in and maybe straighten right up.
Probably.
I had some in my trunk before I left this morning, and I forgot about it because I went to Costco to get... This is a whole thing now. I don't really want to bring it up because Adam is very upset right now.
Because he's not invited to some shindig you're
Yeah.
having.
No, he's not.
No.
He doesn't want to go.
So here's how I know Adam wants to go.
Who cares?
Here's how I know Adam wants to go. He came up with this whole elaborate
First
plan.
off, what is your shindig? I like to hear this.
We're doing a
Are you having
Friendsgiving.
what is it going to be? Fall? Are you having a fall spectacular?
Friendsgiving.
Friendsgiving. How did I know it was going to be real lame, right? The lame dar went off in my head. Like, there's got to be something really lame going on at the Crocker House.
So...
weekend. Friendsgiving.
Right, but it's just like...
So you didn't invite your best Whole Foods friend?
Well, listen.
What?
So
How is that friends thing?
No, because it's not... It's really just our friends with kids. So everybody all of our friends that have,
that's kind of very, I don't know.
Because who wants to be there when there's 9 1-year-olds running around that doesn't have kids? I would never show up to something like that when I didn't have a kid.
That's just very, mean.
Well, so Adam said, "Oh, well, I don't care. I don't want to be there." Then the other night...
It was a fun idea I had as part of a weird thing.
Yeah,
To
okay.
go as friends to Claus?
No.
Oh.
So he said he was
No.
going to call Emily and see if he could borrow her child
Oh,
for the
she
day.
would never.
No, I was
bring
gonna
Parker.
I was gonna bring her too.
Right, but... And this is after he told me, oh, no, it's no big deal. Because he found out
I
that...
thought it was a funny thing.
You know who I blame? I blame you.
Why? Because I told him I shouldn't have said anything.
Why do you keep having these stupid-ass events and then tell him about it when you know you didn't invite him?
It's not that I don't
No,
invite him.
because you like the
It's not
drama.
that I don't invite him.
Wow. All right.
Anyway, Fred
Wow.
Rewey, formerly of Nomad Cigars, is here.
Wow.
He has written a new book that we are going to talk about.
Fred is so thrown off right
So
now.
long and thanks for the bacon.
I was going to
Sorry.
say, do you want the title?
I have it right here. I'm
Did
trying
you
to find
read
it
it?
in the
Show it
notes.
to you.
So long and thanks for the bacon,
He
Fred.
didn't read it. You think he's professional? Look at my tabs.
I know, I
See,
saw.
I've read the book.
Mhm.
Yeah, talking points. Talking points. I'm a professional. You didn't read the book, did you?
I didn't have any time.
Oh, yeah, because, I have... Dude, you're single and you don't live with anybody. When you get off... I got 4 kids and a wife to go home to. I read the book. That's like my kid. I don't have time.
You make time.
Got nothing but time.
You make time if you need it.
He
He does work
he
a lot
means-
of hours,
he
let's be honest.
He means he does doesn't work more hours than me, dude.
You know, he spent all week on his Friendsgiving, Thanksgiving, costume, and now he has nowhere to go. I mean,
Exactly.
give him a little break. I mean,
I had a whole turkey thing.
the hair got done. He
Yeah.
had this turkey theme. I mean, he had to go get real feathers
That's
for
been-
this
That's
shit.
been the same hair for the last 8 years.
Yeah, I know.
Seriously.
I was trying to cut him a break.
No.
Thanks.
No. Not at all. So when is this Friendsgiving?
Tomorrow.
Is it like a Thanksgiving just for friends?
It's like a potluck. Like we're cooking the turkey and a couple of the main dishes.
How
Do
is
you
that?
play the Friends show? Is that the deal? Like, is that what it is? Like,
No.
you dance around
How
Chandler
is
like?
that not a chapter in your book? Potluck. Potluck should have been. I don't get potluck.
You know
is
what?
like,
There's a lot of food in the book
Oh, 'cause I
already.
don't wanna do all
I
the
know,
work.
but potluck is like the biggest cop out in the universe.
You're right.
I want to have a party, but we want to do shit. So we're
Yeah.
gonna make all our guests bring food.
No, I'm cooking the turkey. I bought the turkey. We're making the turkey. We're making a couple of the side dishes. Whatever everybody else would like to bring, they can bring. So,
So
somebody's
you
bringing
ponied up for
stuffing.
the turkey, which is like 39 cents a
Thanks.
silo to cook a turkey.
Do you know something? Can I tell
Why
you?
would you impose on your guests to bring food? Who created this concept?
My wife. She wanted.
No, I mean your wife didn't create it. She
Oh, I don't
created
know.
it. But potluck, that should have been a chapter. in your
Most
book.
of
It
the
should.
time we
It
don't
should.
do
because
that.
that's
but
so Fred Rewey-ish, right? I mean, are you for potlucks, or do you? I mean, how would
No,
you?
he's
No,
against
no,
that.
because
It's absurd.
He's a-
yeah,
he's
no,
a- he's a
everybody
host.
brings. There's always that one dude that brings like the carrot raisin salad,
you
and you're
can-
like, what the hell?
Listen, are you gonna really eat food and you don't? You got like 8 cats in the house
No.
running around? I mean,
No.
I don't want people bringing food into my house.
okay, I know
I mean,
these
a bottle of wine.
So you're
that's
not really
just,
hosting a
part of
party.
the
You're hosting an event where people bring you food.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Is that what you're doing?
Yeah.
Is that what
And
it
And
is?
let me.
And you're throwing in this 39-cent turkey,
Right.
that
First of
try to
all, it was
make
$11.
Oh no! Not $11.
It was $11
for the whole turkey.
It was supposed to
The
be
entire
11.
turkey.
It was supposed to be $11 a pound.
Okay, so
There's no turkey in the universe at $11
No.
a
That's
pound,
what my
you
wife said.
retard.
That's
No.
what my wife
No.
said. And
No.
then
Here's a
they
guy who's never
No.
went to a grocery store.
Yep.
No, I have people do that. For me.
Exactly, $11 a pound. What is it? Got gold nuggets and stuff with gold nuggets. I know.
yeah, $11 for the
My
whole
dad's
turkey.
laughing
He
at
knows.
you.
And that's a small turkey. So what do you have, like 4 friends?
Exactly.
What? I mean,
It's
how many people are
25
coming?
pounds.
Hold on.
It's
Wait,
big?
wait. Stop,
hold on,
stop,
hold
stop.
on.
You know the turkey's 25 pounds, and
Yeah.
you know you paid $11, and you think it's $11 a pound.
I'm just going by what my wife told
Math
me. I
is
don't know.
hard.
No,
Math is hard.
And you think I joke when I say the best we can
No,
afford?
no. What,
It's not
what
a
I was
joke.
saying is, I thought she
It's
said it was
time
$11
for
a
a new
pound,
producer.
and they only charge her for 1 pound because they wouldn't let her lift it because she's pregnant. So she's
Oh my
like, they just
God.
ripped the tag off and put it in the car. They didn't charge me the right amount.
So it was
Okay.
$11 for 1 pound of turkey, but you got a 25-pound turkey. in the
Yeah.
process. Yeah, that makes sense. That's good. That's
Is $11 for a turkey?
they're gonna make it up in volume.
So,
Oh, well,
Six,
all right.
eight,
Yeah.
So-
See, there we go.
yeah, the journeyman butcher talking about turkey prices.
Yeah.
We're good to go now. You got it straight from the
We
head
have
guy.
the source. We have the source in
in the
house.
room.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, so I was wrong.
Yeah, so I love this potluck concept, right? You basically make your friends cook and bring you food. You
Right.
inconvenience them, and then you get to keep all the leftovers.
No, they can take leftovers.
Who
I don't.
takes?
Oh,
Who would take
Leftovers
You
are
don't
bad.
take
I have to
leftovers
bring my
from
dish
Thanksgiving?
home.
You don't take leftovers from Thanksgiving? That's the first thing
Okay.
I do is load up a plate and take it.
Making
No,
a,
from
making a
Thanksgiving.
plate.
no, not from someone else's house.
From Thanksgiving?
No,
Oh, well,
Okay,
that's
well
weird.
listen,
like a piece
hold
of
on.
pie, maybe.
No,
No, no,
I
listen.
make a sandwich, get that
You
thing
and I are
ready
on
to
the
go.
same boat, but this is like very much with my in-laws, man. It's like they come with their own Tupperware to take to go after like a big Thanksgiving.
Oh,
dinner.
I've
Not a
never done
normal
that.
meal.
No, no,
Not
no.
a normal
No.
meal, just the Thanksgiving
They line
meal.
up. Yeah, I mean, yeah, big Thanksgiving. They line up like it's expected. I never
Yeah.
experienced that growing up. Man.
Tupperware for me is just an interim place to store something till I eventually throw it out.
I don't.
That's all it is. I should just throw it out, but I'm gonna park it in my fridge
That's
in
what my
Tupperware for a
wife
week.
does.
So
Yeah.
wait, you don't
I
believe
have
in leftovers, Fred?
No, he means he doesn't get to them.
Well, I
Yes.
don't.
See, I get it.
Yeah.
My wife's the master at this. I have like the weekly Tupperware throwout in my fridge because when I buy new groceries and I open the fridge, there's nothing to put it because everything's in Tupperwares from the last week that
And
no
you
one's
do
eaten.
that? You empty the fridge?
If
I
I'm
highly
home.
doubt that.
Yeah.
Look, look. If
Yeah,
I make
because it's. What, you think one of my 4 kids does it? No, it sits there.
I just don't see you doing
There's
it.
about 8. No, because what happens is I have the stuff delivered to the house shipped. When it comes,
oh, I love shipped.
ships the best.
Oh,
I
yes.
live by shipped. But I organize. See, because I'm the merchandiser. I grew up in the grocery business with my dad.
Oh, that's true.
So the
That's
pantry
true.
drives me nuts. The fridge drives me nuts. So I got to merchandise it. I'm trying to teach my kids how to, line up all the cereal boxes in a row and the crackers and the condiments go. Yeah, it doesn't work. But
Abe's telling his kids which cereals they need to move first.
Yeah.
absolutely.
Nobody ever buys the cornflakes.
No, but listen, I tell her, I said, look, when you got leftovers, use them for lunch the next day. When you got 2 bags of Garden Express salad, you got to look at the date and use the one that, I'm trying to teach them, but no, I'm the one that empties out like the 30 Tupperwares of stuff that just goes straight to the garbage.
Yeah, I'm calling bullshit on the salad part, but okay, you run with whatever the story is.
Not for me. Not for me. For
Okay,
the girls.
all right.
For the girls' lunches. Not for me. For the girls' lunches.
Look, I'll eat leftovers at my own house. Like, if I make pasta one night and there's enough to put in the Tupperware the next day, I'll eat it the next day. But I don't take leftovers home from somebody else's
This is
house.
Thanksgiving, Fred. Like, that's what the whole
Then I'm
going to
make my own turkey.
we never did
You
that
go
growing
to
up.
you go to your
Yeah,
grandparents'
I
house
didn't
for
do that.
Thanksgiving. You don't take leftovers.
We've
That's
never
weird.
done
No.
that growing up.
Yeah, that's weird.
In fact, I don't think we ever even had like a doggy bag growing up. But then again, me and my brother used to pretty much finish everything we've ever
But
eaten.
did you do Thanksgiving at your parents' house, or
All
you
the
did it
time.
at a cousin's house or
Well,
something?
it would switch. It would be my dad's house one year, my uncle's house the other.
And nobody took leftovers
Never.
when they left.
Okay,
They didn't-
don't turn your screwed up Friendsgiving into our
Yeah.
potluck issues.
That's
I'm not-
abnormal. I'm telling you, I never saw
That's
it until my in-laws, and it's like it was, they're lined up.
I mean, for Thanksgiving, we always send home plates. If we host it, everybody gets plates. If my parents host it, everybody gets plates. Like, that's just.
So now
That's
you're
normal.
making it sound magnanimous when you're dishing out these plates of shit that people brought you to a
Potluck,
potluck,
right?
but now you're handing it back
Right.
in your
This is not-
benevolence.
This is not
Oh,
normal.
yeah.
If we were hosting an actual Thanksgiving, we would make everything. But that's why it's a Friendsgiving, so they can put some work into it too.
Now, I'm just curious, have you had a Friendsgiving before?
That's a
I don't
yes.
want to answer this.
That's
I don't.
a
Why do we have to
yes.
talk about that? I shouldn't have brought this up. I knew he's upset now. Look at Adam's like in a bad mood now.
Next time you go to
He's all
Whole Foods and
pissed
want to sit
off.
at the bar, remember, you are not a friend.
First,
Yeah.
he downgraded me. He
You
said
know
I'm
what?
not even a buddy.
Listen, I'm going to tell you something you should be conscious of, because it happens a lot, right? And I'm very good at not doing that. But
Oh boy.
when couples start having kids, they start alienating their single friends.
That's true.
It happens
That's
very
true.
much.
I agree.
That's
I
true.
And you
agree.
guys are doing that to poor Adam, man.
Because
it's just
Adam,
wrong of you.
Adam
He's
makes
okay
it a
with
point to say he doesn't want to be around the kids if there's a bunch of kids there. He's like, we'll all go outside and smoke
Okay.
cigars and do that.
Well, that's
like,
that's
there's
that's
no time
not
for
that's
that.
not a
Hold
like
on.
that's more of a law right now with Adam, but that's different. That's still,
That's more a law. Listen,
You cannot prove that. There is no paperwork that proves that.
to the guy who acts like he just met Adam, Adam doesn't like to be around adults. What's the
That's
difference? So if you're choosing to be a friend and hang around with an adult, you shouldn't bias him because of your children
But
prejudice.
he
It sounds
wants
very
to come to
prejudicial.
he just likes to come to my house. He's been to my house 2 or 3 times, and he wants to be at my house, and I
Because
feel
you're one
bad.
of the
But
few people that's willing to socialize with him and hang out and drink with him, and then you alienate him, dude. You're cruel.
so does the whole judgmentalness, does that come with the Lamaze classes, or is that something you pick up once the kid's
Right.
born?
Fred, you just showed
environmental?
your age. Nobody does Lamaze anymore.
I don't
That's
even
from
know, yeah.
Oh, yeah, they
1980.
do daddy daycare,
Yeah, yeah.
where as a man, you
I'm
go
sorry.
so they can teach you how to wipe your son's ass.
It's a friends Lamaze now. You invite friends
Yeah,
Lamaze.
friends
you know.
Lamaze,
Yeah.
right?
Okay. Sorry. My mistake.
Yes.
I don't know if you caught this, but he actually went to a daddy daycare.
No, it's Daddy Boot Camp.
Whatever.
And I didn't take the class.
Oh,
it
no,
didn't
no,
happen
no, no,
that
no,
day.
no. You went to the class and the instructor didn't show up.
Yeah, and
Don't
I
tell me. That's not.
No,
I
the
didn't take
instructor showed
class.
up. They just canceled it.
Oh, whatever.
I like how you think boot camp made it more manly.
Right.
Too,
Yeah.
you know, Daddy daycare
Hey,
and
wait,
boot camp.
I
You
said,
know.
what are you going to go to a class that they're going to teach you? Are you breastfeeding? Because I got to change a diaper. You need a manual to change a diaper, dude.
How many diapers have you changed in your life?
At least 2 on each of my kids.
2 on each of your kids. Like 2 actual diapers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm a little bit more hands-on than that. I change his diaper every morning. I change his diaper at night before I put him to bed. Like, I change a lot of diapers. I had never done it before.
Because changing it multiple times increases the difficulty.
No,
You're such a
it's-
retard,
You've only
dude.
changed 2 diapers.
What's to make a difference? It didn't get any harder, did it?
Who taught you how to do
the
it?
point, I kind of took elements that I kind of used on myself and kind of figured it out on my child. You know,
All right.
wipe the butt,
Your wife
clean
didn't
it up.
teach you? I think she did.
Listen, whoever, I didn't have to go to a boot camp for it, dude. It's just lame.
I had no experience with children, so I didn't take it anyway, and I'm okay.
It's all right. Now you have Friendsgiving boot camp. So weird. What?
And Fred Rewey's here.
Yes. Providing excellent entertainment this morning.
It's gonna be a
Thank you.
phenomenal show.
Well, before we get into the book, we should talk about his past life, right? I
Are we
figured
going
we'd
into our Make Your Maker? Yeah.
Oh,
Are we
wait.
are we
Yeah,
done with the antics?
Are we done? What
Are we done
doing
with the
here?
antics of the weekend?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, that's a
I
wrap,
didn't know.
people.
I don't know. All right, everybody, thanks for coming. It's been a great show. We'll see you all next week.
I'm just trying to get it off of me. Funny enough, I love attention. I don't want any more attention today.
Dude, we've been trying to get it off of you for the last 10 minutes, but for some reason it just sucked back into it.
It's like that fly tape, right? It's that
Yeah,
fly tape,
no,
right?
it's
Can't
just-
get off it.
It's like watching an accident, you know, as you're driving by. You can't help but look,
So true.
you know?
So true. So where were you for the car giveaway last night? He only gets excited to see me in drag. That was worth him driving out.
I honestly, I forgot that it was last night. For some reason, I thought it was tonight
No.
from the Facebook
I'm
post. So,
glad to have given that car away.
why? Because it was there for so long?
Well, we had it for 6 months.
Yeah.
But I had to pay insurance. I called him yesterday. I said, midnight tonight, that policy ends.
You have
I
to pay
did.
insurance? Why? Because it's in a public parking lot?
No, because we drove it around.
Because he has the car.
Oh,
We
I
own
didn't
the
know you.
car.
Oh, I didn't know. No, I didn't know
Doesn't
you
matter.
drove it
You
around.
went to the garage. What is it? There's a fire. You got to insure it. You can't own a car and not insure it. It's a $25,000
Paul's
car.
calling for an insurance agent.
Yeah,
later today.
swear.
the second
Oh,
I've
shit.
taken a car off the road and it was in like a garage, you take the insurance policy off. Who cares?
What
But it's not a
cares?
classic car.
Well, you
like
need
that.
you need a comprehensive if you're gonna do that in case the garage falls or something.
I never
Yeah,
thought of
What
that.
if the garage could just fire?
Meanwhile, my dad was in insurance for 40 years.
In fact,
didn't even
Christian
think of
Roa's dad had a car I really, really wanted. I forgot what it was. Old classic car. I offered him like, a few $1,000 for it a couple times, whatever. He calls me up out of the blue one day. He goes, "Hey, you still want that car?" I said, "I don't know. I don't remember what it looks like." He's like, "Send me." I go, "Yeah, I love that car." Da-da. He's like, "I'll give it to you for $500."
Oh no.
I said, "What's the catch?" He goes, "Nothing." All right, what's going on? He goes, "No, let me show you." His garage burned down. The car was in it, charred to the bone. It was on the back of a flatbed. Yeah, of course, now that's why you want to sell it for $500. So Christian Roa. Just saying.
Just trying to make a couple bucks.
Just saying.
Hey, at least he told me before I wired the money.
That was nice of him.
Yeah.
Did the guy enjoy is he a classic car fan? Like, did it go to somebody that would appreciate it?
He's a customer.
Was it
He's
Ford
a regular.
F-150?
Ford F-100, 1953.
F-100, right,
It was
right.
actually a very, very nice truck.
It was cool.
It was a
looking.
nice truck.
Yeah, it was very.
Yeah.
It was. We gave away that Cadillac, that '57 Cadillac, 2 years ago. That was hard to drive. I mean, I drove that one a couple times, and
That
that was
was a
scary.
boat.
I mean, that thing was swaying like 3 lanes at a time.
Oh, really?
Yes. But this was actually a good driving car, man. They won it. They had a good time. It was a good crowd. Obviously a lot of disappointed people when you give away something like that. But
Well, only
It is what it is.
299
I don't think
of them.
anybody who was up there was at any point taking the money, though.
Well, I didn't want to take the money. Actually, you normally the car was like $25,000, so normally I could maybe buy it back for 15, 16. I made it 10 this year because last time we did this, they took the money and I ended up having to get the car and sell the car. I didn't want the car.
Yeah.
I wanted to make sure they took the car.
Yeah, take the car.
If they were going to take it for $10,000, if they would have copped out and taken the $10,000 I was offering, I would have put it on sale for $12 the next day.
Yeah, then you make a few bucks.
and got rid of it in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wanted to make it so cheap. I wanted the car to be gone. So it was a good event. So now maybe it'd be a good time to introduce Meet Your Maker. Do you even do that?
I want all of you to get up out of your chairs. I want you to get up right now and go to the window, open it, and stick your head out and yell.
It's time to meet your maker.
This week, KMA is pleased to welcome a different kind of a maker of books. Because he's technically no longer making cigars. So, Fred Rewey, formerly of Nomad Cigars, and our book author. Fred, this is your third book
That you know of, yes.
that I know of.
Yes.
How many books have you written?
4.
Really?
Yes.
How come he doesn't know about that one?
Because it wasn't under my
Was
name.
it porn? Oh.
Yeah, it wasn't under my name.
Was it an erotica?
No, but thank you for thinking that would have been something
I
I would
don't
have
know,
written.
I mean,
Yeah, I
Why
appreciate
didn't
that.
you use your name? Was that your first book?
Yeah, it was just an experimental thing I was playing around with.
He
to
thought
see if I
Jack London sounded better.
could- Yes. Yes.
Did you make up a fun fake name?
No.
No, just Steve from Queens.
No.
Can you tell us the fake name?
No.
That's what we're
and,
getting
And
at.
I'm regretting that I even went down this road.
Is the book still available for purchase?
No, it's gone.
What's the title of the book?
I'm not saying.
Oh, come on.
Was the book that bad?
No.
So why are you ashamed of it?
I'm just not going to talk about it.
Was it a how-to guide
now
to
I'm
self-prostate
curious.
exams or something?
Yeah,
was it-
what kind of book are you refusing to talk about?
No,
It's so
no,
unusual.
it wasn't that big a deal. It was just it wasn't even it didn't go anywhere.
What was
So,
the topic?
I don't know. I don't remember.
I tried.
I got a
almost
feeling
had
this is 100% plead the fifth on this one.
So so this is the third book that I've done.
Okay. All right, under your name. That we can talk about.
Yeah, very
that we
strange.
can talk about.
It's a
Yeah.
very strange segue, Fred.
So
Very
your
odd.
first book was
Such a
Be
private
the
individual.
Lime, Not the Lemon. There's too many lemons, right?
The first book was Winning the Cash Flow War, which was predominantly written.
Winning the what?
Winning the Cash Flow War, which was
cash flow.
predominantly written for high school and college kids. For my whole thing was that you don't learn about money and you don't learn about relationships in school, and I sure as heck wasn't going to write a relationship book. So I wrote a finance book. So it's everything from.
Was it a comedic?
No,
tone?
no,
So
no,
it was
not
legitimate.
legitimate.
Okay, so what possesses you to do that? I'm just curious.
You know what? So 4 years out of high school, I was bankrupt, and
Wait, you were broke like the rest of us, or
Yes.
you were like legally bankrupt?
I was legally bankrupt.
How could you be legally bankrupt in 4 years out of high school?
Because I was
How
an
much
idiot.
debt can you accumulate?
Because I was an
Bankrupt
idiot.
yourself.
Well, one, I didn't accumulate enough debt, and I didn't know that at the time. I'm just like, it seemed overwhelming to me. But I walked out, and I'm like, oh, I can't afford this stereo, but I can afford $25 a month, and I did that with 50 different things, and then before you know it, I was in debt. So
And you went and got a lawyer who actually filed the
I
bankruptcy?
did.
Oh
I
my
did,
God.
because I was an idiot.
Where were your parents to tell you you were an
Oh
idiot?
no, they figured I'd learned a lesson. They figured they you know, and you know what? I'm
Honey,
glad it happened.
Honey, that's Fred putting his finger in the
Yeah.
sock. Just let it go.
I'm
honey.
glad it
Give him a
happened.
minute. Give him a minute.
Yeah, I learned a lot from it. I turned around and wrote the book to stop others from going down that road and everything else.
Listen, I went down that road. I think it's very common because you start getting credit card when
You don't know.
You start getting credit cards
Yeah.
left and right in the mail, and of course now, hey, you want something?
Put your hand down. You
Oh,
keep
am
putting
I
that
blocking
hand
the
up.
camera?
You
Sorry.
move the camera yourself, so.
Sorry. But yeah, I mean, I did that. I ran my credit cards a couple times, drove my dad ballistic. I mean, because I don't think my dad's like paid a penny in interest like his whole life. The thought of paying interest was like, killing him inside slowly. So yeah, I was a victim of that. I think a lot of kids are, but you're right. Nobody really.
They don't teach it. They don't
teach you. They don't know.
So that's what the first book was. So I went and actually
Did
gave away a
kids
bunch of
read it?
copies. What's that? Yeah. More late high school and early college.
Because I
people
just don't
did.
think at that age they really care.
No,
to know.
they don't at all. They don't at all.
All they know is they're broke, but they
Yeah.
got a card that's going to get them some beer and
And they're-
pizza, and they're good to
Yeah,
go.
and there were some teachers that used it, incorporated into their classes
Really?
that had that and stuff like that. And they talked about textbooks for a while, but that's a whole animal to go down. And so it was good. And I went and actually showed up at some colleges and some high schools, and actually came as a guest and just spoke to them and talked about it.
How old are you here?
Well, it's 2005, so I'm still old.
Okay.
You know, yeah. And it was published by Wiley, so it was a big publisher. They gave me a big advance for it and everything. So yeah.
How did you come across that they would give you an advance? Because obviously it wasn't on the first book that nobody wants to talk about.
No.
Right.
No.
So what was the merit? What were
Did you
doing
use
at
that to get this publisher?
No, he just said no. What was the merit that a publisher said, oh yeah, let's have this guy write this book?
Well, there was an association. So there was a cash flow association that was a group of investors, and I was president of that association. So I think they were looking at the exposure that I already had.
Okay.
And me, I mean, like, I would never go with a big publisher again. I mean, I say that, I don't know that, but I mean, I was just under that, I thought, they're going to send me in with book signings, and they're going to fly me all over. And they don't do jack. They just hope that you bring a big enough audience that moves enough books. So, it's okay. I mean, it was a good learning experience, and you learn from all of them going forward.
Interesting. So, when you got in the cigar business, basically, you were hanging out with actually Avo a lot, right?
Yeah. So
Socializing,
Avo
having
was right
cigars.
around 2000, so
Yeah.
we were smoking 3-4 times a week together. And then he just basically just said, hey, when are you going to make a cigar? And I'm like looking around Jeff's place up there, and I'm like we need another friggin' cigar in this world. And we went down to DR, and basically, my first cigar was dealing with a gentleman by the name of Victor Dela Cruz, who I just told him what I liked, and he kept coming back and forth, and we ended up with a cigar, and then it took off, and then flash forward 7 years later, it was 48 SKUs, 16 blends, and then I sold, which we talked about on the last show.
Yeah. You glad you did it?
Part of me really misses it. Part of me keeps getting pulled back into the cigar stuff, which I will.
You're still heavy in social media.
Yeah.
cigar
No,
world.
I mean, it's still, a lot of good friends. I mean, I love the industry, and I was a cigar geek going into it, and still am. And I think I mentioned on the show, it's like, since then there's been lots of very gracious conversations, but it's a very short list of people that I like their company and I like their product.
Of course.
And so there's some great people that I'm just like, dude, I just don't smoke your stuff. And then the other way around, like, you're a great company, but your cigars suck.
I liked a lot of girls before I got married. Didn't mean I was going to marry.
Yeah.
It's a whole different ballgame.
So I've been helping out some people on some stuff on the side, but we're just enough to stay relevant and stay involved.
So, as somebody who sold your company, let me ask you, keeping an eye on it?
No.
Or
No.
it's out of your head.
Yeah.
Because Abe has a question.
I could do my own damn interview.
Oh, sorry.
Jesus, you suck as a producer.
I'm not,
Holy shit, it's called a lead, and I'm leading him up to the question. Paul's got... Was that just not retarded?
Yes, it was retarded.
I don't know a lot of job description and producer, but I don't think that's it.
Continue.
Definitely not.
No, I decided early on, there was opportunity to stay involved.
Because, some people are that way. They sell their company, and they watch because they feel like it's one of their children, and they don't want nothing bad to happen. They want to make sure...
You do, and you can't help. You can't help that a little bit, but you know what?
Sell and say, I'm done with it.
You have
problem.
to, for your own emotional well-being. If it's something you built from scratch, you have to let it go.
You got it.
And just know that that's not the decision I made, or I like that decision, or I don't like that decision. You have to divide yourself emotionally from it, or you'll just go nuts. Because no one's ever going to do exactly the way you would do it.
Oh, but I saw something that was totally not the way you would do it.
Yeah. Okay.
Have you seen the Nomad Cotton Candy?
No, I know they're really into the crazy games and
Cotton
names and all this other stuff on there.
candy.
Yeah,
I saw. I was like, what?
yeah.
Nomad Cotton
Yeah,
Candy.
you can't. My dad,
Is
when
that
he saw the logo, my dad hated their new logo.
Yeah.
And by the way, I like those guys. They're really good guys, and they're good cigar guys.
Yeah, it's not about them personally.
No.
The band's about that long on the cigar.
My dad calls me up after he saw that. He's like, "Did you see their logo? I'm so pissed." I'm like, "Aren't you mad about their logo?" And I'm like, "Dad, it's not my company. It's not my company."
But when you hear Nomad Cotton Candy, do you cringe a little?
I cringe. I'll tell you when I cringe, and it's not even their fault, and it's nobody's fault. It's the people that don't know that I sold Nomad. That are tagging me on social media. Go, I'm trying Fred's new cotton candy or kitten whiskers or whatever it is.
Kitten whiskers.
And so I'm getting credit and unfortunately it's not enough bashing because the cigars are good. So I'm getting credit for cigars that I had nothing to do with on marketing that I had nothing to do with. So that's when I cringe. That's the only time I cringe. And it's not because they're not good. It's just because I'm not really involved.
So you're really still involved in the cigar community.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure.
And so, I mean, you mentioned just a couple seconds ago that you'll probably get back into it.
Yeah.
So you are looking to get back in the cigar industry.
No, I absolutely would. With the right position, I'm not going to rebuild another cigar from scratch.
Oh,
company.
that was the question.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that.
You want to be involved.
Yeah, and the environment's changed.
I hear Skip's hiring.
The
He
environment.
seems to be the only one hiring because according to him, everybody else is firing. So
The environment's different. I mean, to go your own way and foot the bill on everything yourself right now is hard. I'd like to be part of an
it's
organization.
hard now. When was it easy?
Well, I don't know.
Yeah,
that's
it was
fair.
never easy.
I mean, it was easier, 15 years ago when there was less competition. But
Do you think it was because 15 years ago, no one would ever find out who you were?
You're right. I mean, I think it's different problems now. I think it's different problems.
I just don't think it was ever easy.
It's like everybody that comes along right now. It's like people that are starting up right now. I'm like, kid, you know what you're walking into. It's like, well, I'm just going to do what Rocky did. I'm going to go shop to shop for 363 days a year. And it's like,
clue.
dude, that's been done.
There was a couple old guys sitting next to my dad, actually the guy who won the car last night, and he was talking to me about, we'd like to open up a cigar shop. This is exactly what I said.
Come again.
I said, you two stay right here. I'm going to go get a couple hammers in the back. You guys can bang your cocks for the rest of the night.
Yeah.
Because you're better off that than even thinking about opening up a retail shop, especially here in Florida, because they're like 7-Elevens here.
Yeah.
Florida cigar smokers don't realize how spoiled they are. Because there's a lot of pretty solid retailers, scattered throughout Florida.
And you can smoke in the cigar shop. So there's a lot of cigar shops outside of the state you can't smoke in.
Yeah, that's not as prolific as it may get. But, I mean, what I'm saying is just quality shops.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not hard to find a
good shop,
quality
good selection,
shop that's got good product, takes care of the product, decent service, a place to sit and enjoy it. You go to a lot of parts of the country, man, you got to drive just to get to one of those. And I'm talking a hall. I mean, or you got some dump next to you, or the nearest thing is a liquor store in the corner with a humidor in the corner. So, I mean, they're pretty spoiled here in Florida. I mean, it's good for them, but... Yeah, there's like one in every corner down here. So, yeah, but people just...
There's a couple states that I think are really spoiled. I think Florida's really spoiled. I think Texas is really spoiled from their lounge. The lounges there are absolutely amazing in the major cities.
Yeah, Texas is pretty spoiled. Got a lot of good, reputable retailers out there. So, would this be something that might happen in 2021, or any good talks?
2020 probably. Which
2020 does come before 2021.
It does.
Yeah.
They're mixing it up with the new decade, so yeah.
I just time dwarfed a little bit. Holy cow!
Yeah.
Some people get the days of the week wrong with their ending. I just got the whole year.
Look, look. The ideal job for me that comes across is, look, I love the marketing. I love mixing with the people. I love being involved in the conversations about tobacco and the knowledge and all that other stuff. So when that position comes to me, that might, and it's the right fit company, that would be the move I would do. But I'm also not looking for a full-time gig. Like
Really?
and I don't want to work for anybody. So I mean, it's got a lot of problems.
I don't want to work for nobody. I don't want.
I'm not a good employee.
Do you want to get paid?
Yeah,
If
paid is
you
good.
didn't want to get paid, that would solve a lot of those
Exactly.
problems.
I think it's going to be more under a consulting type umbrella or somebody that I'm working with, in some fashion. I think that would be, for me, from a lifestyle
So you want a
standpoint.
friend that'll pay you to talk about cigars?
I want somebody that
should call
invites
Skip.
me to Friendsgiving. That's what I want. I want somebody that, that we're that close.
You're
Do
welcome
you
to
have
come.
kids?
I have a daughter. She's
Oh,
28.
Paul,
She's 28, so now she's an adult herself. So
Oh,
now
yeah,
I'm not
out.
invited.
She's out.
I'm not
You know-
invited. And I'm not renting her to Adam to take to a party either.
No.
So
Yeah.
Smart man. That's a smart decision right there.
Yeah, you don't qualify for the Crocker
No.
Friendsgiving anymore. No.
Thank God, that's a potluck.
No,
I
I
don't wanna
just
be there.
assume people don't want to go. That's what I meant. I'm
Okay,
sorry.
so should we talk about the elephant in the room?
Sure.
I have 4 kids.
Oh.
I guess I'm not a friend.
You would not come.
See, that's the excuse.
I've
using
invited you several times to my
Okay, first
events.
off-
You've come to most of them.
Yeah, so why would you
So
say
why
I
would
come?
why would you say
I
he
wasn't
wouldn't come?
invited to your friend's giving.
It
I
was
guess I'm not a friend.
no, that's not true.
Even though we were invited to your son's first birthday,
So-
which we went to.
Wow.
And, yeah.
And Adam
But
was
I
very
guess-
upset that he
but I
wasn't
guess I'm
invited
not
to that.
a friend.
No,
So
he
if
was
I'm not
not.
going to invite Adam, I didn't want to invite you.
Oh,
That's not why.
I mean, do you see
wow.
this? The
Wow.
hypocrisy that's in this room is mind-boggling.
And how does that make you feel, Paul?
I feel pretty good. God, I haven't been to therapy in so many years. It's shaking it out of me.
All right, let's get back to more important stuff.
Please.
So Fred might be in the industry the next time we talk to him.
Yeah.
Could be.
Officially.
Could be.
Have you
And
And
actually
this time,
talked to people?
I mean it. I'm not coming back on the show until I can smoke on the show.
By the time you're back in the industry,
You said that last time.
You did say that.
Yeah.
You did say that.
You waited me out.
we might be in the new studio. So let's talk about this
Well,
book.
okay.
Well, we want to take a break?
What?
Yeah.
Are we in break?
It's about that time.
Yeah, why don't we take a break and then we'll get into
All right,
it.
Then
talk about
we'll
the
get into we'll deep dive into the book.
All right.
So we're gonna have more with Fred and his new book. Till then, keep it lit.
You're listening to KMA Talk Radio. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
We're on Instagram too.
Yes, it's mandatory.
Experience the new Henry Clay Warhawk, a robust and complex cigar that's inspired by the rebellious roots of Henry Clay. The first of a 3-part series honoring the life of the great statesman, this cigar is made with the best tobaccos grown and hand-rolled by the Grupo de Maestros at La Flor de Copan in Honduras. And it's not your typical Connecticut. This is a Henry Clay. Stand up, be different, and smoke a Warhawk. Surgeon General warning, cigar smoking can cause cancer to the mouth and throat even if you do not inhale.
Hello, this is Glenn Case, owner of Christoph Cigars. There's nothing more important to me than family. That's why I treasure the moments with my wife Terry and our son Christopher, aka Christoph. When we have those rare moments to talk about life, there's nothing better than smoking Christoph to enhance our time together. For Terry, it's our Christoph Sweet Tip Cuban selection. For Chris, our Sumatra. And for me, our original Maduro. Enhance your family time with Christoph Cigars.
The Oliva family, the makers of some of the most affordable yet highest rated premium cigars available. For 7 straight years, Cigar Aficionado has rated Oliva as one of the best cigars of the year. And Oliva has a cigar for all smokers, from the newly released Gilberto Oliva Reserva to the bold and rich Oliva Serie V. Oliva cigars can be found at a tobacconist near you, so always ask for Oliva, an unbeatable value and uncompromising quality. The Oliva family of cigars.
The recently released Perdomo Double-Aged 12-Year Vintage is an extremely rare blend of Perdomo's finest and most cherished 12-year-old fillers, binders, and wrappers. Bale-aged for 10 years and then barrel-aged in bourbon barrels for an additional 2 years, these exquisite Nicaraguan tobaccos are bursting with rich, complex flavors. Offered in Connecticut, sun-grown, or Maduro, available at only 250 authorized tobacconists worldwide, the Perdomo Double-Aged 12-Year Vintage is a must-have for every cigar enthusiast.
Hey, this is Clay from La Polina Cigar Company. My likes and dislikes: long walks in the park, old school gangster films, wrestling grizzly bears with Abe. Dislikes: smelly feet, flight attendants with an attitude, and Friday afternoon traffic. What I know you will like is the La Polina family of fine cigars, such as Mr. Sam, Bronze Label, and our highly rated Classic Series. But let's not forget the limited edition Goldie. Quality forever. La Polina Cigars.
Plasencia Cigars has been one of the world's leading growers of first-class tobacco since 1865. Today, Nestor Plasencia Sr., together with the fifth generation of the Plasencia family, continue the legacy. With over 3,000 acres of quality tobacco fields, they are makers of quality cigars, including Alma Fuerte, ranked among the top 10 cigars in major publications. Find them in your local premium tobacconist stores around the country. Plasencia Cigars, perfected for more than 150 years. Yours to enjoy now.
Looking for something unique and awesome? Smoke Oscar Valderas cigars. 2012 Connecticut, 2012 Corojo, 2012 Maduro, the Oscar Habano, the Oscar Maduro, My Way, and our latest creation, Oscar Valderas Cicerone Edition. A great cigar that comes in 5 different collectible boxes with an amazing exclusive artwork. Remember, Oscar has something unique and awesome waiting for you. Ask for Oscar Cigars in your favorite cigar shop.
Keep the party going all week long at the world-famous Spearmint Rhino, West Palm Beach. Every Sunday, Monday, and Wednesday, enjoy $3 premium drinks from the bar till midnight. Magnum Mondays means $100 magnums of Belvedere and Moët Brut until midnight. Get your thrills every $10 Tuesday with $10 dances all day and night. Ladies, don't miss Women Crush Wednesdays with half off your cover charge. No matter the time of day, it's always a good time at Spearmint Rhino, West Palm Beach.
Welcome back. You're listening to KMA Talk Radio. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
We're on Instagram too.
Yes, it's mandatory.
I'm trying to find it. I can't find it. ABC doesn't
Just
have
come
it.
to my shop, I'll give you one.
Total
I'll
Liquor
give you
doesn't
one.
have
Come
it.
to my shop, I'll give you one.
Welcome back to KMA Talk Radio.
That was weird.
Broadcasting
thought we
live
went
here in
dead.
lovely West Palm Beach, Florida. I'm Adam K. the Brewmeister. With me, of course, Mr. Honest Abe.
Good morning.
And Paul, the drama de producer.
Drama de producer, yeah.
Yeah,
that's
Paul, who has no friends in this room right now.
Yep.
Well, I don't know. I think your dad still likes me a
My
little
dad
bit.
doesn't like me.
He said
You
he
think he
likes
likes
me.
you?
He said he likes me.
Yeah.
Anyway, we are here with...
Can he go to your party?
Yes. Actually,
Oh.
he is welcome to come.
Oh,
to the
yeah,
party if you want to
yeah,
come.
Yeah, what a cop-out. Listen, why don't you call your wife first before you say anything?
Yeah.
He might show up.
I already texted her. I
Get-
asked her if
get-
Roger could come.
Get
She
the
said yes.
clearance.
Yeah. Anyway, we're here with our special guest, Mr. Fred Rewey, formerly of Nomad Cigars, who has written a brand new book.
I want to ask him what he's done before up to this book. Now, you sold your company how long ago?
Almost exactly a year.
All right, so I thought it was about a year, and I see you traveling a lot,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Anything, any bucket list items you got off your thing? I mean, anything like you said, wow, in that year, I'm kind of glad I got to that and do that, other than writing. How long did it take you to write the book? Let's be real.
I mean, off and on about a year.
So you did work on it, like,
But
pretty much
I
later.
did. I mean, most of it was done in about 2 months. We took an international cruise. We took, or not, transatlantic cruise. That's it.
Oh, wow.
So we left
Didn't
out
it
of
freak
Florida.
you out to be in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean? Like
Only the day the captain came out and says, "We're in the middle of the ocean."
Right.
I'm like, "Fuck, seriously?"
Because you know it's a long time if anything
Oh yeah,
goes
no,
wrong
and he's like,
before
you know, so
anybody's gonna get there.
we're 10 million miles from the nearest land. He
Yeah.
says- and then he goes, and there's this pause, and you think he's done. He says, "Unless you look it downward," and then he's like, "Now we're only 5 miles." And I'm like, "Oh, thank you for that." Yeah.
The hell is that?
And he
was
said when
freaking
we
me out a
went
little bit.
across the entire the transatlantic, he said we only passed 8 ships the entire time.
That's terrifying.
Yeah, that's middle of nowhere. I mean, that's.
Listen, I'm shocked you passed 8 ships.
Well, I would have thought shipping lanes or cruise ship lanes or
It's
something.
the Atlantic Ocean, man. It's like huge.
But
That's like people who don't realize.
but don't they have lanes? Like you always hear about, like
Yeah.
somebody like
Maybe.
on a route,
No,
and
they-
if they
they
get
do
into
have
a
shipping
shipping
lanes.
lane,
Yeah, maybe.
But they're probably not in shipping lanes.
I mean, you know, like,
that's
be like really cool. Like if you're out and right after you made that announcement, like we're in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, you just gotta get out there in a canoe. Hey,
They should put one out just as a joke.
right? I would.
I
If
would
was captain,
totally
I
Like
would
an,
be
like
Oh.
an animatronic guy?
you know?
Oh, or
no, like a real
from
guy.
the boat?
Just dump him off the back. Don't
So the
tell
goal
anybody.
was, since it was 7 days of
Are you
no
playing
land.
ocean sounds? All
Yeah.
right, stop. It sounds like
Yeah.
static. Thank you.
The goal was like there were 7. Yeah, everybody's adjusting their radios
I know,
right now.
what?
The goal was 7 days. I'm like, I'm gonna write the book in 7 days. So I get on the ship, and the first day I'm like, okay, I don't have to do the first day. So I'm gonna drink. So I'm like, yeah. Next day I'm gonna write. So I'm like, I figure out the words of how many words I need. I want it over 130 pages. And I'm like, okay, I gotta do so many pages a day.
Is that why there's a lot of drawings?
No.
There are a lot of sketches.
Well, that pushed it from 135 to 164. But
Do you get paid by the page?
No, I don't. But by about the 5th day of the cruise, I'm like, apparently I am not writing this book right now.
Right.
Oh, so you didn't even start it?
No, I didn't. But it was good. I needed to chill, and my wife the same thing. I mean, just to relax. We just had a great time. I played I forgot the name of the game. It's like tennis ping pong. It's a small court.
Pickleball?
Yes.
Yeah.
Pickleball was a blast.
It's huge down.
Fuck is pickleball?
It's
here.
like miniature tennis. So you can suck at tennis and kick ass.
Yeah, because you don't
at
have to
pickleball.
move.
Yeah.
Not as much.
Exactly.
You can stand in place.
And in my defense, most of the other players were like 85 years old. But that's not the important part
Fred
of the
was
story.
the king. He said, "Come on, old bastards, let me kill you."
Isn't that called table tennis?
No,
that's
it's an actual court.
It's a court. It's like a miniature court.
All the 55 plus communities here, like where my
Whoa,
parents have
whoa,
their house.
whoa.
They have them there.
It's called what?
Pickleball. Yeah, it's actually growing apparently.
Is it is it a miniature tennis court?
It's a miniature tennis court. You should typically play doubles.
And all you
It's
guys
a
just hit like straight back and forth to each other?
Yeah. I mean, there's other rules where like you have to, but you can't be like in what's called the kitchen. You can't like hit overhand in the beginning of
Dude,
it.
you sound so old right now. I mean,
He's
really.
retired.
I play pickleball.
You know that they actually have the national pickleball tournament in Naples, Florida.
The fact that you know this just...
And they
he did not look that up.
No,
he did
he
not
knows it.
reach for a phone.
He knows it.
And last year they aired it on FS1
And he knows the channel it plays
because
on.
we were watching it last year.
ESPN Ocho.
There was nothing else on.
Abe, I guarantee your
Ocho
community
pickleball.
converted one of their tennis courts to pickleball because that's what happened in
Where
my
I live?
community. Yeah, I
You
guarantee they
You
did.
guarantee?
Well, I'm not betting.
Would
A
you like
dollar?
a side
You give a dollar? You
No,
give a dollar?
I don't bet. I'm not that kind of guy.
Yeah, sure.
But it's very.
Listen,
Anyways,
it's
Oh,
very
wait.
likely.
Did you get married?
I did get
Yeah,
married.
you gamble. You gamble, just like the rest of us.
But anyway, so the other thing, we went up to Idaho, Coeur d'Alene for 5 weeks or
Is that
whatever.
skiing?
No. Well,
I mean,
it
I know
wasn't supposed
Jackson
to be. It
Hole,
was
that's
summer,
Utah.
but it did snow in September up there.
Really?
I'm like, yeah. So
What's in Idaho other than potatoes?
Coeur d'Alene, beautiful lake
Oh, just
and
lake?
golf course. Yeah.
Okay.
You know, there's a lot closer lakes.
There are.
Okay.
But
That's a long
but
way
up
to travel
north,
for a lake.
in the summer, when it's a million degrees here and you go up north, it's beautiful
nice.
up north.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
More sheep than people in Idaho. That's an actual fact.
Does that excite you?
Are you gonna bet on
No.
that? Are you gonna bet on that?
I will
No.
not bet on that.
Yeah. Okay. That's what I thought then.
I'll Google it though.
So, when you decide you're going to write a book,
Yes.
do you come up with the name first or the content first?
I'm a name person. I come up with the name.
So you came up with a title.
Yeah.
And-
Everything
and-
revolves around the name.
And so all right. So tell us this title, So Long, and Thanks for All the Bacon.
So it was a play on several things. One is kind of a little bit of the exit out of the cigar.
I've seen this real photo. This is you in an airport somewhere with the farm in the background. It was put in, right?
Yeah.
I've seen this photo in one of your
Actually,
posts.
so it's funny. The cover design.
I
That's
love
not
this.
at all what I told the artist to do.
But I love it.
Yeah, no, I did too. It's not like when I told the artist to do this cover, I said, "Look, here's the name of the title." His first shot, I'm like, "Just design a cover. I'm not even going to tell you anything. I'm not going to tell you what I want." He did not know I was in the cigar industry. He did not. He obviously guessed the bacon thing, but he came up. That cover is almost identical to what his first draft was. The only thing I had him change was the sea of bacon, which he made like a piece of bacon. I just had him make it darker. He went onto my Facebook, searched me out on social media, found that photo of me with a cigar,
Well, this wasn't
and put it
an
on the cover.
airport because you were in a cigar. But I've seen this. This is like one of your posts. I've
Yeah,
seen
it was a post one day.
Yeah.
So he put it on there. So so that's what came. So the title, by the way, "So Long and Thanks for All the Bacon," is also an homage to Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, which had "So Long and Thanks for All the Fishes."
Mm-hmm.
Very nice. Okay. So this book is just a compilation of Fred Rewey thoughts on
So you
everyday
talked
topics.
about bucket list items for the last year. So
Yes.
everybody, I mean, and it's not. I mean, I used to do stand-up comedy a long time ago. All the people I did comedy with are now like famous and smart, and I should have stayed and grinded at and see if I had a shot. But
Got a sitcom.
it was my just writing a bunch of stuff that was humorous. So the first book was finance, wasn't funny. Second book on marketing wasn't really funny, but it was lighthearted. Third book, I'm like, this book is for me. I'm just gonna write what I think about the McRib sandwich, the Ikea meatballs, all the stuff we talk about like on the show and stuff like that.
It's actually humorous. I actually chuckled out loud a couple times.
How much you hate IKEA?
Yeah.
And I'm not a chuckler. Usually, I'm more like, that's hilarious. Like, I'll verbally say how funny
That's
something is
the
more
way
than
I
I'll
am.
laugh
Yeah.
out loud.
Yeah, I don't laugh
But-
out loud, and then people get mad at you when you don't laugh out loud because you're like, I thought it was funny. Like, I smiled. What do you want? I mean,
So you definitely believe in aliens then?
I do.
Yeah.
I do. I there's got to.
Otherwise, God would be so lazy.
Well, yeah. There's got to be lazy.
I laughed when the guy was so lazy. He just worked 7 days, and I'm done.
Yeah. That's it.
Nothing else to do.
That's it.
One of the things I really wanted to ask you.
Yeah.
I really just want to know if this is real, because this is real. This impresses me the most, right? On your Twitter feed, you made a post. I'm worried the FBI is monitoring my bacon consumption. Did the NSA really reply?
No. It was a joke.
I would have been so impressed if the NSA really had a sense of humor.
It was a joke between me and somebody else that controls some dual Twitter accounts that we do that occasionally. Yeah.
Okay, so I mean, the post basically, Fred makes a comment, I'm worried the FBI is monitoring. Can I read the response?
Yeah.
We're monitoring my bacon consumption, and then there's a reply, supposedly, I mean, I didn't know it was real or not, that's why I want to ask him. The NSA says, wrong department. But don't worry, there is not an official bacon watch list, at least as far as you know. I mean, if you had prompted a response to the NSA, man, that would have been a Hall of Fame post right there.
No, it was based on one that we saw that was we believe was real, but we never tried to. So we just we got to come up with something that does that.
This is a very enjoyable book. Quick read too. It doesn't really take long.
Yeah.
I mean, good.
It's kind of meant to not sit down cover to cover. It's kind of meant to just sit down, read 2 chapters, set it down, and go back, or read whatever subject you want.
Now, I love your. Now, I actually went to the website, peopleforpumpkinpie.com.
Oh my God, the video! Yeah, I did that a long time ago.
I went to the website. You produced a video.
Yeah.
For saving of pumpkins, right?
Yes.
You feel the honorable death for a pumpkin should be pumpkin pie.
Correct.
Right. Pumpkin spice latte, all that stuff. So you made it basically a PSA announcement.
So the video in my mind when I went to make the video was the Sally Struthers going down to feed the children. Which is how I come into it. It is. Which at the end of the video, I'm literally for 39 cents a day, you can save a pumpkin. You can and you'll get a letter and a photograph from your pumpkin.
Wait, my favorite part is he goes, you get a letter and a photograph all the way to the end.
And then
Until the end.
Yeah, and then we'll send you a photo of the pie.
Yeah, I even think he says that. Now, what I thought was really intriguing, and I did this over this last week, I had a lot going on, I can't remember, but there's some link in there, don't send me money, just buy me a cup of coffee. And when you click on it, there's an option to send you $3 PayPal.
Yes, for a cup of coffee.
To buy you a cup of coffee.
Yes.
Now, I got to ask, how many people have really bought you a cup of coffee?
Not enough, but I do get cups of coffee off of it.
How often? I'm curious.
Oh, well, it's seasonal. So, right now...
Because it's pumpkin time?
Yeah, because it's pumpkin time. So, that video resurfaces every year.
Every year?
Around this time.
Yeah. So what's the most amount of cups of coffee you've gotten in a season?
Oh, 10.
Still not bad. 10
cups of coffee is great. Yeah.
So,
I mean, nobody does that. Nobody what they probably think it's a scam. Most people aren't gonna
But I mean, did you ever then post a picture? Hey Joe, thanks for the cup of coffee.
No, I
appreciate this.
I should. But sometimes I don't know who it is. So somebody.
Oh, it doesn't tell you who gives you $3?
No, somebody did 2 cups of coffee yesterday because it was $6, but it's a company. It was
hilarious.
it was a company. I can look it up on the PayPal. I don't even know who it was.
I can't believe it. I saw it. I started laughing.
It's Advanced Welders. Or
I was going to say, was
that.
it Smoke In?
No, it was Advanced Welders or something like that. It was something who is this?
Wow.
He's like, you like my book? Just give me a cup of coffee. I thought that was hilarious. Hilarious. I'm trying to find my notes scattered through here. So, yeah, motivational posters, not your thing.
No.
They are kind of weird, right? I'm in your boat when this came.
It's I talk about in the chapter. I mean, which is it's true. It's I've consulted for a lot of big companies, and I walk in for the executives, and I sit down and we do whatever for 2 hours. I've never seen one of those motivational posters in these guys' offices.
Right.
Nobody's got the hang in their kitty poster or fly with the Eagles bullshit. I mean, nobody has that. It's always in where the cubicle people are.
Yep.
The really guys that are making money.
From an office meeting. Same thing.
Yeah, it puts it out in the cubicle.
He's got the Van Gogh on his wall.
Yeah, he's got something truly motivational. I think it's
something he bought for $50,000.
Yeah, Farrah Fawcett poster.
Yeah,
something that's really motivating.
I like when you come up with more realistic ones. My favorite is, "Don't worry, the drive-through manager can't live forever." I thought that was hilarious. Because drive-through people are the dreads of humanity. Get drive-through.
Have you ever had somebody in drive-through when you've gone through drive-through and have them ask you for here to go?
No.
It's happened to me twice.
No.
It's happened
in Florida?
to me twice.
No.
It's happened to me twice. I've gone through and okay, here's for here to go.
What?
What?
Now, I have to admit, I was a little disappointed in the book. because when I saw Dog People versus Cat People, I really expected a Paul DeGracco cameo somewhere in there.
Oh, yeah.
Because
I don't
even
have
though-
a cat.
See, he doesn't get it. Didn't you say you didn't have to have a dog or a cat?
You do not.
See?
You just have to pick one of the camps and then fight.
But see, he claims he's a dog person, but I say he's totally a cat person. First off, if you're
I'm picking a camp.
If you're having Friendsgiving, that makes you a cat person right off the bat.
Do you have a dog?
I have 2 dogs. One's a pit bull husky.
And what are their names?
Oh yeah, he didn't read your book. Yeah. What are their names, Paul?
Oh no.
Fluffy White.
I didn't. Well, I didn't get the book
Powdered
from Adam
Snow?
because he never gave it.
What
Nala and JD.
See,
You're a cat person.
Yep.
You're a cat person.
Thank
Oh,
you.
come on.
Thank you. It's official now. You are such a cat
Naming
person.
your dog after
Wait. So Nala,
from the Lion King, because she looked like
which
Nala.
was
the
not a
lion.
dog, which
No,
was a member of the cat family.
That's right, but she looks like Nala. So
Yeah. And what's the other name?
Have you considered a turtle or something? Maybe you work your way to dogs and cats.
Goldfish?
Yeah.
Let's start him easy.
Easy replaceable.
Easy with goldfish. I've been saying he's a cat.
I didn't
You
name the
named
other
your dog after a cat.
The other dog. I guess I did. Yeah.
Yeah, you're a cat person, dude. You're just in the closet.
And what's your and the other one's name's what?
I didn't name the other dog. It came into the relationship.
No
but
disclaimers. No
it's
disclaimers. What?
JD, J-A-D-I, which is a combination
JD.
of her other 2 dogs.
Listen, I like how he goes, I didn't name it. You could always have renamed the dog.
No, you can't.
Sure
the dog
you
was
can.
5 years old when
Sure
we got
you
together.
can. Sure you can.
The dog, you're gonna be called.
Listen,
hey, Fred, come here, Fred. And be like, what?
hold food up and call it Bob. He'll come running.
2 weeks later, he's got the new name.
Yeah, exactly.
I do prefer dogs that have people names though, because I think it's funny. Like I had a friend whose dog's name was George. And it was just funny. Like you're hanging out with people and you're like, "Hey, George, what's going on?"
Now hold on, because I've had this argument. Your face says it all. Because this is like an off-Broadway. I used to be a comedian, professor.
Sure.
I just find him to be very unfunny at the time.
That's not a joke. That's a statement.
Well, no, because I don't think your sense of humor is that on point. Is there anything funny about dogs with people's names? Yeah, tough, right?
Sure. Yeah, no, there's...
There's not a joke.
Listen,
that was being serious. I
Fred
like
was
dogs
slowly
with people
grabbing
names.
his KMA hat. He's like, let me grab this before I say anything crazy. Paul wanted to take it back. Or hide underneath it.
I'm sure people names for dogs is very funny in a routine somewhere.
It was never in a routine. I was just making a statement.
You're a cat person.
Yeah.
But I was really
at the Friendsgiving, they play the whole dog name game. It kills at Friendsgiving.
We're getting a dog. We're going to name it Skippy.
I was really hoping for a Paul DeGracco cameo in that chapter. I'm like, oh, perfect.
It'll be in the reprint.
Second edition.
Exactly.
He didn't know how to spell my name.
So true, this chapter.
Jarts?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And not just jarts, just the whole genre of how did we survive?
Well, and I wrote the chapter on jarts, but I mean, you look jarts, and there were obviously a lot of other things we had. But
I mean,
jarts were just like they were darts the size of your head.
Yeah.
With steel tips, and again,
and could have easily maimed
anybody.
anybody.
I mean, we started out with throwing them at the hoops. When Mom went away, you were throwing them up in the air as high as you possibly could,
And then running.
jumping out of the way.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Dude, we would throw them at each other.
So
Oh,
wait,
yeah.
Are these lawn darts that?
That's
you're
what
talking?
jarts are, lawn
I didn't
darts.
know that.
Yeah.
That's maybe it's our lawn darts.
Okay,
were just
this
those
was
ones
brand-
that were like.
Yeah, this
brand
was before they
name-
had Nerf tips.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
The brand name was the jarts.
Jarts.
Okay.
That was
okay.
the brand name.
Yeah, our lawn darts were like weeble wobbles. Like they had like round bottoms. They didn't even go into the
They were
ground.
just
like you threw
weighted.
them and they were weighted.
They were
So
weighted bottom
lame.
things, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's dangerous.
That's
though.
like eating non-dairy
The
cheese.
Weeble wobbles are dangerous.
No, yours. The jarts.
Oh yeah, no,
that's
they
dangerous.
were seriously
You're not
dangerous.
that old, dude. You're not that young.
We never had those.
We were
I
just
think
deprived.
I think they outlawed them in the 90s.
Yeah, I don't think we ever.
Dude,
had
yeah,
any.
but
we were adults.
I didn't know
we
anybody.
were adults
We're-
in the 90s. We're talking. We're doing this. At
We're not
8,
talking.
9
I know
years
that's what I'm
old.
saying.
Yeah.
Now you're talking college games.
Adam and I are 36, so we didn't see these things.
Oh yeah, that could. Yeah.
I look much older
Are you
than I
really
am.
only 36?
Here
Dude,
we
you
go.
look old as fuck.
Here we go.
Holy cow.
Wow.
I always think we're like the same age.
Well, I mean, he did name a dog after Lion
Cat.
King, so you know.
And he's been in denial about being a cat person now, like for a year.
I've never owned a cat.
Because
I've never had a desire to
let
own
me
a
be
cat.
honest with you, right? He's just the
Jesus Christ.
He's the antithesis of a lot of things, right? I keep forgetting he's Italian.
You're Italian?
Exactly. Thank you.
Seriously?
There's nothing Italian about you.
75%.
In persona, in anything other than your last name.
Are you sure that they didn't just give you the last name?
I know where my
I love
family's
it.
from. Yeah,
I love
I'm
it.
Italian.
I mean, I understand not changing a dog's last name, but your last name could have totally been changed.
Right?
Yeah, it was DeGraccino. They changed it to DeGracco.
Oh, I like those. It's only in the holiday season at Starbucks, the DeGraccinos. My favorite holiday drink.
Do you get it with or
I
without
made
whip?
that up.
Oh, with whip. I mean, you're gonna do it.
Right.
Go all the way.
But yeah, I mean, he's so un-Italian. I have a lot of Italian friends. He's just so un-Italian.
You've never been to my house for dinner. Mealtime, we're
You
Italian.
don't
Okay,
invite me.
one.
You don't invite me. I have kids.
Wait.
I don't invite
We wouldn't have a Friendsgiving.
Italians do not make someone bring food to their
That's
house.
true. That's
Okay,
true.
just for the record. Case closed.
Amen.
It's my wife's event.
Amen.
Is she Italian?
She is not.
What is she?
Swedish, Polish.
I still don't think those
English.
people would make you bring food.
I apologize.
It's the Paul
So
DeGracco show.
we're talking about the book. I'm trying to avoid it. I want to talk about the book.
Dude, you just provide so much
So-
fodder. It's hard to miss.
On the
you
back
know?
cover, there's a photo of you with a pig.
Hold that up.
There
What
is.
What was the pig's name? Did the pig have a name?
It did. You know what?
Oh, he doesn't
Okay.
remember.
No, I
Was
want.
this
I
photo
want to
taken
say
for the book?
no. The photo was
So
actually.
I need the context of this photo.
Okay.
Right, did you later eat the pig?
No,
Like-
no. This is a funny. This is a funny story to me, but not Thor at Cigar Press. So I was to be the one in the next issue of Cigar Press. So I went up. We did the interviews. We were at Big's mansion. He asked me to come out to a farm. He wants to take a picture. I want to say it literally was named Wilbur, but I could be just making that up too.
Is that magazine still being made?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's a great
I-
magazine.
whatever
Great magazine.
show comes in, I am.
It's a great. No. What I like about his
I
magazine.
make sure you don't see it.
He doesn't do ratings, and I actually like that because he just says, look, a lot of systems are kind of bullshit. So I actually like the magazine. Anyway, so it was supposed to be one of the pictures for the magazine.
For the interview he did with you.
Correct.
So where was the pig? Whose pig
At
is
a farm.
this?
We went out to a farm that had this pig
Oh, that's funny.
in Illinois
Were
somewhere.
you feeding the pig and just kind of?
I did initially, but he clearly just didn't care. You
But he
know,
does seem to
I
be
mean-
interested
he
in
does
you
seem
in
to
the
be
photo.
interested.
They gave me carrots to give to a pig. I mean,
Really?
come on. Yeah,
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
yeah.
I mean, who could
He,
blame
he
the
does
pig?
look very interested in you.
And
He
you-
did, and that's what 700 pictures with the pig will get you. Get you one that looks interesting. If I go back to my prom photos, you're going to have the same result. I don't know what you're telling me. But I didn't have carrots.
And that's funny.
I'm sure your prom date would have liked them.
And your shirt says "Body by Bacon, Soul by Cigars."
Yes.
All right, now I get the context. So you dug that up for the book. It just worked right in, right?
Yeah, no, it was great. That and the inside picture, first picture inside is actually was also from that. So we actually got used out of the photo shoot part anyway.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
I like the redacted.
that's my favorite part.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Actually, the fake quotes are my favorite
Oh,
part.
they're
yeah.
hilarious. If
They're
you go
my
to the
favorite
Amazon
part.
page.
Yeah, there's a bunch of Easter eggs in there. Yeah, there's a bunch of fake quotes in the very beginning.
So when does the book actually get released?
So the book was supposed to be released Monday, but because of the show and Abe and I talked to, or at least I think it was Abe's sister I talked to at the drag show. I'm not sure who
sorry.
it was. So the book is just now been released as of 9 a.m. this morning.
So today.
But what I wanted to do was something really cool for the listeners. So
Awesome for our KMA fans, exclusive here from
Yeah.
Fred Rewey.
for
Wait till you hear this.
72 hours between now and Monday midnight, I think it is. The digital copy of this book that you can read on any Amazon app. So you can if you don't have it,
App,
you can
download.
you download put it on your iPad, whatever. It's free. It's free. It's free right now for the 72 hours.
Do they got to use a code or
No,
So it's
just
free to
go
anybody.
right. I
But you're
went back.
telling our fans here first.
Yes. So
There you
right
go.
now,
It's
well, I'm not telling
first
anybody about the
on
book till
KMA
Monday, but
Talk Radio.
so you can go right now and get it free. The only thing I ask in exchange, leave a review. Unless you didn't like it. If you didn't like it, then show up for Friendsgiving. But
Yeah.
I mean, otherwise, leave a review. But
How
that's
about a
it.
cup of coffee?
A review on the Amazon.
Yeah, on the Amazon.
Yeah, I will.
Yeah.
It's funny because I thought you were going to say all the thing I asked is for a cup of coffee. That's why I was.
No, yeah. I only started drinking coffee like 3 years ago.
Really?
Yeah.
What was that?
50 years old. 50 years old, I was going to learn to play guitar and start drinking coffee.
And did you do both of those?
Oh, I still can't play guitar.
Okay.
No.
Why
But I
did
drink
you?
coffee.
Why did you avoid coffee? Because you're in the marketing world, so that's like a.
I didn't like the flavor of it.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't like some moralistic decision that I didn't like the way coffee beans were treated or something. I don't know where you're going with that, but
The mistreatment of coffee beans
yeah,
is
no.
far too much in this world.
I started drinking coffee to get off diet sodas.
And do
And
you like the taste of coffee now?
I do.
Okay.
Yeah,
I love the
I do.
taste of coffee.
Yeah,
But
I love
because
it.
I didn't start drinking coffee until I was in my 30s.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's weird to me.
Because I was a coffee drinker, never had coffee, and then my wife was an adamant coffee drinker. And for a while there, we worked by each other, so we would go in one car, and she'd be late for work.
To get you got to get your coffee, yeah.
Oh no, shit! We gotta stop and get coffee. You're late. No, You don't understand. We gotta stop and get coffee. You're late for work. I ain't going to work without the coffee. I'm like, okay. I mean, I didn't comprehend this necessity for coffee in the morning, but because she drank it every morning, she would start getting me a cup. Right next thing you know, I started drinking coffee. I was like in my mid-30s when I started drinking coffee.
Yeah, I was 50 years old. We were staying in Guatemala for 9 months, and I just finally
that's great coffee in Guatemala.
Well, I didn't have a reference. I didn't know if it was good or not. I just started drinking it. And I started with, chocolate in it and, tried to wean myself off that.
So how do you drink it now? Do you drink it just black?
No, I usually put cream in it.
Okay.
Yeah, cream or sometimes sugar, depending on
the mood.
Yeah, depending on how strong it is.
Now, you and I are like on point on so many topics when I was reading this book. Support animals. What the F is
emotional support animal? Yeah.
Can I leave the room?
Cat person.
Yeah.
Right? Is it not a cat person? Right? What is an emotional support
I don't know.
animal?
It's so that my dog can fly on the plane with me back up to Long Island when I go once a
month.
Oh,
so you're one of those.
We've talked about it on the air several times.
I must have blacked out of my mind.
Okay, but do you need him because you're stressed out, or you just want an easy way to bring your dog
That's
along?
What he wants.
Fred,
he's bucking the system.
Fred, what do you want? What do you want me to do? Incriminate myself?
Yes.
Yes. I need the dog. It's a she.
Okay.
I need the dog.
That's the problem I have. Look, if someone
legitimately
needs one,
no. Don't even start venturing down.
When you got your emotional support turtle that can do nothing for you.
Emotional support mini horse. They have that.
But first off, let's just back this up a bit. 90% of them are like him. Fake.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I am not fake. So, I have a legitimate anxiety issue.
You're going to have anxiety in about 30 minutes when we go to break. So listen to me. More than half of them, I believe, the majority of them are like him, some BS bullshit,
I'd say
fake
at least 75%, 80%.
Okay,
Easily.
So now let's go with the 15 who may actually believe that they have some kind of emotional support. What? In my mind, something tells me that if you can't get on a plane and fly without some kind of animal being by you, you probably shouldn't be flying. Right? I don't get that emotional support animal thing. I really don't. I don't get it. I'm totally with you on this.
I mean, I pick up a pack of emotional support beef jerky.
Yes.
And I'm fine.
Yes, that makes sense.
We all get along and the end of life.
I get my emotional
you can share
support
with your
neighbor.
People just abuse it. I mean, I get it, the people that really need it, but the ones, and it all came out because I read an article about a woman with an emotional support turkey. And there was this big thing about her bringing her turkey on the plane and all this other stuff. And so then I looked up some of the emotional support animals. I'm like, oh my God, these people are crazy.
Yes.
But in a good way, not in a bad way.
I don't.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Just so you know, we don't bring the dogs on the plane anymore because we have the baby, so it's even worse.
Because you're not traveling. So
no, we travel. We travel once a month.
So what do you do with the dog?
I have a dog sitter that comes to the house and checks on them 4 times a day, and
four times a day.
Yeah. They feed them. Well, they're home alone.
Keep digging the hole. Keep digging the hole.
I just want to, if they were out in the wild, they're out alone.
They're domesticated now. They don't.
They have
that doesn't work anymore.
They're living in a house. What do you think
Well, you would leave your dog alone all day when you're flying away somewhere?
Yeah.
But I mean,
That's
what's the worst? Like the remote falls under the couch and they can't change the channel. I mean, what's the worst that happens to the dog?
I used to have somebody come and walk the dogs 3 times a day, just because that's what.
Yeah, that's what she does. She comes and walks the dogs.
Maybe it was 2 times a day, morning and evening. I can't remember.
Sometimes she comes 3, sometimes she comes 4, but she comes 3 times. Let's say
4 is overkill.
4 is a lot.
Yeah.
So maybe 3. I don't know. My wife
so your dog
has
an emotional support human.
That's hilarious.
Is that what you hired for your dog?
That's hilarious.
That's what I'm hearing.
I've created a lifestyle for my dog that I can't afford anymore.
All right, okay, that's a good point. We're going to take a short break. We'll have more from Fred's book when we come back here on KMA Talk Radio. Make sure you check it out on Amazon, download for free for the next 72 hours, and leave a quality review. If you don't like it, go put a bad review on a Stephen King book or something. Keep it lit.
You're listening to KMA Talk Radio. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
We're on Instagram, too.
Yes, it's mandatory.
We are family. Stop right there. A, I hate the song. B, I can't sing. Dan Blunt here for Alec Bradley Cigars. I'm making a point, though, and that's Alec Bradley Cigars is a family operation. Alan Rubin named the company after his 2 sons, Alec and Bradley, when they were just tykes. Now they're grown up, working alongside their dad, making the best damn cigars you ever smoked. So join the family. Alec Bradley Cigars.
Fuel your soul and experience inspiration with the Aging Room Quattro series by Rafael Nodal. More than just a master blender, but the inspired composer of 4 boutique masterpieces for the sophisticated palate of an aficionado. The Aging Room Quattro series are a perfect chord of flavor and aroma, and are born from the best tobaccos, aged under the expertise of one of the greatest names in cigar making. Truly the perfect notes for a genuine cigar smoking experience. Aging Room Quattro series, a quartet of excellence.
Joya de Nicaragua proudly announces the release of Cuatro Cinco Reserva Especial, a carefully modified recipe containing a unique and exceptional selection of barrel-aged grade A fillers and a beautiful silky shade-grown Habano wrapper. From the legendary Jalapa Valley, produced in small quantities, this exceptional medium to full-bodied cigar will continue to captivate consumers with its rich Nicaraguan complexity, subtle woody and sweet flavors, and a velvety finish. Try a Cuatro Cinco Reserva Especial today.
CLE Cigar Company presents CLE Cigars, Aroa Cigars, and Asylum Cigars. With 4 generations and over 120 years of experience in tobacco, from seed to smoke, these cigars are produced in Honduras and Nicaragua, with the utmost care and precision possible. CLE Cigar Company introduces a vast array of tobaccos in various sizes to bring the highest quality of premium tobacco direct for your enjoyment. Visit clecigars.com for more information.
Since their humble beginnings in 1998, Drew Estate has believed that the production floor is the crossroads between art and passion, and where the real magic takes place. Drew Estate Master Blender Willie Herrera has crafted a unique medium-bodied line extension that is creamy, lush, and ultra-smooth, and finished off with a flawless shade wrapper that delivers satisfaction in spades. Continuing the story from their factory floor, it is with great bravado that the Drew Estate presents Under Crown Shade, a true Drew experience.
A Toscano cigar is the perfect combination of American and Italian craftsmanship. Made with American and Italian dark-fired cured tobacco, Toscano cigars are produced by hand by the cigar rollers of Lucca, Italy. Smoking a Toscano helps you escape from the real world for those few perfect minutes, like when you're sitting at home on a terrace after a long day's work pondering life and how beautiful things are. A Toscano cigar can take you back through over 200 years of history and elegance. There's only one Toscano. Available worldwide, Toscano is now available at your local premium cigar retailer.
The Oliva family, the makers of some of the most affordable yet highest rated premium cigars available. For 7 straight years, Cigar Aficionado has rated Oliva as one of the best cigars of the year. And Oliva has a cigar for all smokers, from the newly released Gilberto Oliva Reserva to the bold and rich Oliva Serie V. Oliva cigars can be found at a tobacconist near you, so always ask for Oliva, an unbeatable value and uncompromising quality. The Oliva family of cigars.
Ventura Cigar Company is a boutique cigar brand born in sunny Southern California. Ventura Cigar Company is on a mission to create memorable, complex cigar blends that excite the senses and reward discriminating palates. Experience the Cigar Aficionado number 13 Cigar of the Year, the archetype Axis Mundi. Rise up, step up, look up, fire up, and leave compromise behind with Ventura Cigar Company. Check them out online at venturacigar.com.
Welcome back. You're listening to KMA Talk Radio. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
We're on Instagram too.
Yes, it's mandatory.
Welcome back to KMA Talk Radio. I'm Adam K, the Brewmeister. With me, of course, as always, Mr. Honest Abe.
Hello, hello.
Paul, the producer.
I'm here.
Everyone's favorite
Reluctantly.
cat person. And, of course, author extraordinaire, Mr. Fred Rewey. And he is here with his new book, So Long and Thanks for All the Bacon, which we've been discussing the excerpts of, and it's been quite hysterical.
Every time I come back into the show, when you come, the bumper that comes back in says, and we're on Instagram too. The way he says too, I always think there's like another Instagram. It's like
like the second version of
yeah,
Instagram.
I'm always thinking, do I have to look for Instagram the sequel?
I'm only on Instagram 1.
Yeah, I'm
Instagram 2.
behind.
Kids these days. Is there like a new Instagram?
Kids these days.
That's probably the Snapchat.
So, one of the chapters I kind of laughed at, enjoyed this book, right? Dinner with who?
That's one of my favorite chapters.
I like
That's one of my favorite chapters.
Right. So your immediate response, when you said it, I'm like, what? Where did you get Mark Twain?
So, Mark, I mean, you know...
So, let me get the listeners on the page. So, this is like a game,
Cigar
right?
guy?
No, this is a game. If you could have dinner with anyone, who would you choose?
And you chose Mark Twain as one of them?
Yeah, so, I mean, basically, you know, mine has always been Mark Twain, and so everybody's, in history, who would you choose? Mark Twain, and I mean, for me as a cigar smoker, okay, he passes the test there.
And a lot of great quotes
He
about
hates
cigars.
he hates politicians in general and politics and all that kind of stuff, which I like, and he has a great sense of humor, and he's a writer. So I'm like, if you're going to go back in time and sit with somebody, then I think that would be great.
Then your wife answered the question.
Well, no, it wasn't my wife.
Oh, who was that?
It was basically just when you're part of the game. So basically, you think that the premise of the chapter is basically you think that that's an okay answer, and what you don't realize in this game is that there's really only two answers. And so the next answer is the one guy that steps up that goes after me, and this is what really happened. And he's like, I want to have dinner with my dad. And, like, his dad died. Okay. And I'm like, well, fuck me. Now, I picked Mark Twain, and this guy just wants his last moments with his dad to say he's sorry about something, So then you think you're done, and you think that's the final, but that's not the final, because then this woman, and we're going to call her Karen, she comes to, oh, no question, I'd go back and have dinner with Jesus. And I'm like, well, hell, Karen, I didn't know we could bring in quasi-fictional characters into the mix. I mean, so, and that's the end of the conversation. There's nowhere to go
after Jesus,
after
you're
that.
done.
Yeah, if it's dad or Jesus, you're done. There's and I'm sitting back with Mark Twain, oh, great.
And they're like, what's wrong with you,
If she
man?
has dinner with Jesus, she might have to share the table with 11 other guys, but that's all right. No big deal.
One of them's going to be a problem. But, But yeah, I mean, so yeah, that game. I mean, I just you're being judged on that game,
I never thought of it that way, but you're absolutely right.
They just ruined the game. You can't even play the game.
Well, I put in the chapter some acceptable, ones. So the acceptable responses are Joan of Arc, Abraham Lincoln, Winston Churchill, Anne Frank, Walt Disney, and Nellie Bly. So
and the ones you should not mention at a party.
So Joseph Stalin, Vlad the Impaler, Ivan the Terrible, Edward Cullen, Mrs. O'Leary's cow, and the person that invented Crocs.
And the person that invented Crocs. Oh my.
So,
yeah, that's a good one. I like that. So, I mean,
I'd say Walt Disney. But
obviously, you're not going to go on a book tour, but are you going anywhere to promote it? Are you going to do any readings?
No, I'm not going. I do have an audiobook coming out in 2 weeks, so it's already been submitted, but apparently some dude at iTunes has to actually listen to it.
Right. Yeah, a physical person has to approve it, right?
Make sure that I'm not I don't know, recruiting people for my evil gang or something. So anyway, I did do the audiobook for that.
You're not sending out some crazy manifesto or anything?
Well, I am, but I mean, mostly it's the vegans. So they're the only ones upset.
Is there a chapter about or being anti-vegan?
There's not a specific chapter about being anti-vegan, but there is chapters that will probably piss off vegans.
Sure.
But
So when did the real is the extra infatuation with bacon a marketing ploy, or when did this actually be started?
It started.
You're extremely infatuated with bacon.
I'm not infatuated with bacon. We have an understanding. It's complicated.
Abe brought you bacon toothpicks the first time I met you. I was like,
that's
wow,
right.
I guess you
Yeah,
like
that's
bacon.
right. Yeah, that's true. That's true. It started out kind of as a joke. I don't think that I liked bacon any more than normal people that like bacon. And then it just vamped up from there, and then I found myself getting sent bacon things, and then then I'm like getting bacon recipes and all this other stuff. So it just vamped up even. Man, bacon is good.
Oh, bacon's great.
I mean, there's
Is there a food that bacon doesn't go good with?
Somebody sent me something yesterday. So I don't like pumpkin spice, as we've talked about.
Yes.
I think that's
if you're
an
a
overused
Facebook follower of Fred's, you would know
yeah.
that.
It's an overused, demographic that I won't go into. But so someone sent me a pumpkin spiced bacon.
Ew.
I'm conflicted.
Right.
Really?
I'm really.
I was going to say it had to be your worst enemy that
Did you
sent
eat
that.
it?
No, I haven't yet.
Really?
I haven't. I don't know what to do. I mean,
No, you have to eat it. You got to find
but
out what
that
that
could
tastes
literally end the world. I don't know. I mean, because
then
you're,
pumpkin spice might be okay.
yeah. I mean, yeah. It's a clash of cultures.
It's like finding out the Earth is flat.
Yeah.
Another chapter. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why we didn't get flying cars, is because
Right.
we have to explain to a few jackasses that the Earth isn't flat.
So will there be more books on the horizon? Do you see us doing this
Every
again?
time I finish a book, I say I'm never going to do another book. If people like this book, I mean, because what you don't know, it's the same thing when I started stand-up comedy. When you first get up on stage and do stand-up comedy, what you think is funny in your head,
Does
anybody else think is funny?
Amen. Yep.
Like pretty much anything Paul's
Paul,
saying
yeah,
on the
Paul,
show. You know,
Paul lives in that universe.
So
I did stand up for quite a while.
And so stand-up went really well. So if the book finds an audience and people have fun with it, and I think all the people that follow me on Facebook and have known me in real life, they're going to read the book and hear it in my voice and go, wow, okay, that's exactly Fred, that's right on. What the other group does, exactly. So there is an idea, and I say I'm not going to do another book. Literally the day that I got done with this, I woke up the next morning with an idea for a book. Wow, that was good. That was amazing. There was no pre-rehearsed setup.
No,
who is that guy?
He's
Colin.
Good.
That's
He's
Colin.
Good.
Colin's good.
He does that a lot.
That was good.
He should be the producer.
He really should.
He really should.
He doesn't want the
I
job.
assumed that he was.
Yeah.
Not that Ed McMahon over here is not doing a great job.
Yeah.
I just.
He's got the same pulse as Ed McMahon.
And the same, unfortunately, not the same haircut.
Oh God, I wish.
So the next book, if I do another book, will be humorous, I think. But I also want. But the idea is useless shit that was supposed to make me smarter.
Like school?
Like, you know the people that have like all these useless facts in their heads but don't know what to do with it? That's what the book would be. So in one part it would be educational because like, well, I don't know, why do shoes squeak? All that shit would be in the book. But have it in a fun way.
I do have to admit there's like once a week where some obscure fact will come up like, hey, is anybody somebody go get Adam, he would know this.
Yeah.
It happens once a week probably.
Yeah.
And he'll walk in the room and say, Adam, do you know what the circumference of it? 423.78.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. It's like that happens like once a week. But then like,
But then street smarts, he can't.
Yeah, hey Adam, you just walked by that burning garbage can with a glass of water, but I was thirsty. Yeah. I mean that's what you get.
Well, that's not stupid, that's just priorities.
Yeah, well, exactly. So let me ask a question. How many followers do you have right now on your social media platform, roughly?
Well, once we finally purged out fake accounts out of Twitter, I want to say there's somewhere around 16,000.
Okay. So, in your mind, when you said if a lot of people like it, they think it's funny, how many books do you think, and you'd say, okay, well, that was kind of successful for me then? It's funny. Is it a number? Is it feedback?
No. You know what, my wife...
How do you, because you just said, what's the barometer?
But it's not a business, so it doesn't have to be a lot of people.
Well,
I'm giving away the book free for 3 days.
No, but for you, I'm pretty sure, like you said, it's not business. You're not making a living off it.
Look, I think
but if you want at least a certain number.
Yeah, look, I think if you had a couple thousand people that just a small group that's hey, I love you, it was fun. My wife asked me the other day, so she says, well, what's the end goal for the book? And I said, I just wrote it because I wanted to write it. Right. I don't know if it's any good or not. I wanted to write it, but then I thought about it in the morning, and I really honestly mean this, and it sounds really cheesy, but I'm like, you know what? It's screwed up as the world is right now. If you turn on any news station, just general screwed up stuff right now. If even it was a handful of people that like you took them out of that environment for a couple hours and they read the book and they laughed and they oh, that's pretty funny, and they moved on. That's pretty cool. It's pretty cool to give people that moment.
Between you, I've kind of joked about making a book because my life's kind of been pretty colorful and adventurous the last 15 years almost. Because of being in an interracial marriage and being exposed to a culture that I didn't see coming. So, like, I actually, have, anecdotes and stories. I've even got some chapter names.
So write a book.
I just never get around to it. The book's called Colored by Numbers.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good. That sounds like a sitcom, too.
Yeah, we were talking about
sounds like a sitcom
possibilities the other day.
One of my chapters is What You Got to Eat. I'm telling you, man. Because for me, it was a learning experience, too, because culturally, I'm not even American, right?
Right.
Culturally, my family's Middle Eastern, so it was a big, navigating the first few years. But and the children and the stuff you figure out.
It's the how you eat elephant. It's one bite at a time. I mean, you just got to go. Okay, what can I write about this? This topic.
But there's a lot of funny stories and anecdotes.
So just tell the stories.
Yeah, I joke about it.
Just tell the stories.
But but see, here's the problem, right? I don't know who my audience would be because, if I did something cigar related, I'd have a huge audience pool, right?
Right.
I mean, and I thought that's the one thing that kept me from doing it. Who's going to read it? My 5 in-laws? You know what I'm saying? I don't know how relevant.
Will they approve?
Oh, well, I really wouldn't care.
But you'd be
let's
surprised
real.
how much of your cigar audience still likes you. The same thing for me.
Probably.
Because a lot of the audience, the people buying the book today and stuff like that, they're all cigar guys that know me from events, know me from whatever, and they're like, I want to know more about Fred.
Right.
So you'd be surprised how much of that
Maybe.
audience is
I
interested
agree
in you.
with that. I agree with that.
Maybe.
And you might open to a broader audience too. I mean, it's not hard to get it out there on Facebook to a broader audience.
Yeah.
People that might actually,
There was just
empathize with what you went through.
Yeah, there was just a lot of funny
Well, okay, so
experiences.
everybody listening to the show would love to know more about your life.
I say that every week, and he calls me a stalker.
Otherwise they
True.
wouldn't be listening to
Yeah,
your show.
true.
They'd be listening to
True.
somebody else's show.
True. Well, I mean, they kind of listen to a lot of these guys listen to everybody's show.
They do, but that's okay. But they would definitely read your book.
Yeah, maybe I'll talk to you about it. We'll tinker with it.
Yeah.
How many hours do you think you put into putting this book together?
I'm a pretty fast writer, so
Do you type?
I do.
You type. Okay.
So I've tried the voice thing, and I just can't
Who
do
does
it.
the editing?
You hire editors. I don't edit. No.
Okay, so
no.
you don't send like Amazon like the
No. I hire three different editors.
So,
I give them all the
Really?
book. Yes.
Wow.
Because one will catch some stuff, someone else will catch something else, and so at the end of the day, you hope that there aren't really typos, and I'm sure there's a couple in there, but I mean it's been passed over by 3 people.
Oh,
So
wow.
it's as good as it's as clean as it could possibly get. As
Well,
far as
no,
typos
I'm
and
not going to spend $1,500 for a high-priced editor. So I mean, it's just
Is
clean.
your editor
It's just
in
clean.
high school?
It's just yeah.
But he's in high school AP English.
Yeah, it's
AP English.
It's as clean as the 3 AP English people are going to get. You know,
So you did all your own illustrations for the book. What is your favorite illustration in the book?
the McRib, which was the first one. I didn't do the rabbit
I did-
slippers.
I did
didn't do the rabbit slippers.
Who did that?
It was just a sketch I found that I bought the rights to.
I think the McGrip is gross.
Wait,
You
the
know-
actual McRib you don't like? Oh my God!
But-
I haven't had.
You don't
one
have
in
it.
years.
You don't have it down here.
Let me put it this way. I can't even remember when I had it, but at some point, first off, conceptually, it just weird for me, right? The shape
Little
piece
bit.
of
It is a
molded meat,
weird shape.
right?
Yeah, I agree.
But
I
I
agree.
think one time in my life, I actually delved into trying it, and I don't remember a positive experience.
No, that's what I talk about in the
But I-
chapter, though. I mean, look, people
Oh,
either
you're so
love
right.
the McRib,
Nobody says,
or they
"Oh,
hate
it's
it.
okay."
Yeah,
Yeah,
Of
no
course
one's ever had it. Go, it's okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just that's not the camp. That doesn't exist.
Well, speaking along those lines, with all this stuff going on in fast food, there's a lot of fast food trying to appeal to different audiences, appeal to the health crowd almost.
Yeah.
What are your feelings on the Impossible Whopper and the Beyond Sausage at Dunkin' Donuts?
So I
Like,
addressed
what do
that
you-
in the book.
you do?
Yeah,
Yep.
actually. So speaking of, which we were talking about Coop earlier. Coop had a Facebook thing talking about the Impossible Burger
I
because he
saw
went
it.
out and had it. So
I saw it.
my response before I wrote this chapter that ended up in this chapter, when I talk about who I was responding to, was actually Coop on Facebook.
Okay.
They were talking about the Whopper, and they went and had the Impossible Whopper
Yeah.
Right.
and stuff like that. And they talked
Right.
about how good it was and stuff like that. And so I said, look, the question you shouldn't be asking is why does the Impossible Whopper taste so much like a Whopper? The question you should be asking yourself is why does a real burger taste so much like a fake burger?
Right? He's right.
I haven't tried one. I'm gonna try one.
Hey, you gotta try it.
No, I'll
right?
try it.
I won't try
I just
it.
haven't been into Burger King.
I won't try it.
I tried
I'll
the
try it.
Impossible or the Beyond Sausage at Dunkin' Donuts this week.
What is
It's
that
delicious.
stuff made out of?
That was like $5 in an alley. That's not a story we want to hear.
What is in the Impossible meat?
Well, Impossible is a different company than Beyond. So
Okay,
Beyond Meat.
Okay, what's in either of them?
Yeah, what is either made out of?
So Impossible, their big thing is that they use an ingredient, and Risty would actually know more about this than I would, but there's an ingredient called heme, or I don't even know how to pronounce it. I know how it's spelled.
That's what bothers me.
Did
And
Risty
it's
make
very
the
blood-
Impossible cigar?
No,
or-
he's one of the reasons why I ended up investing in Beyond Meat, actually, though, because the stock has gone way up. I don't. The SEC
I know
is
there's
gonna be
beef
after me
juice
now.
in it because they talk about that how it's mimic blood.
There is-
So
exactly.
why are you
There
trying
is beef
so
juice.
hard as a vegan to look like you're a meat eater?
Well, because people love the taste of meat, they just feel guilty about eating meat. I guess
I
don't
saw
know
a guy.
for
I
sure.
saw a guy when we were in Vegas for the show, and I was at one of those places, and somebody ordered. He was pissed because he thought he got a real burger. I mean,
Oh,
that's
really?
That's how much it faked him out. So I mean, I haven't tried one. I'll try one, but But I've also read though is that it's not necessarily healthier than a real burger.
It's got a lot of calories and a lot of other
and
things.
salt,
yeah.
or something. Sodium, and
There's a lot of spice in them. I hear. I haven't had the Impossible Whopper, but the Beyond Sausage is really good. But it's got to be covered in sodium. Like it's good. It
But
tastes good.
sausage
but it's very,
itself is like sodium.
not good for you
ridden
anyway.
I mean,
Pretty much,
yeah.
yeah.
So, but I still don't think I want the fake stuff.
I just don't see the point.
Do you ever feel guilty when you eat, like, I don't know, do you eat veal and lamb? Do you eat that kind of stuff, like baby animals?
I do.
Do you ever have any qualms about that? You seem like a reasonable guy.
Look, I mean, I don't think the animal should suffer in the process of being grown to where they're slaughtered and stuff. I mean,
I agree.
I don't believe in keeping them in little boxes or inhumane treatment.
Which
as
is
far as
not
that's
all veal
concerned.
anymore. That's true. It's outlawed in some states now.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's my thinking. But then I have buddies that are like super carnivores, and they'll be like, "Listen, I don't want the cow that's happy, frolicking in the grass every day, loves its life. I don't want to kill that cow. I want to kill the cow that's walking around saying, 'Kill me. I want to die.'" So I guess there's two different perspectives to it.
Did you get any of that?
Yeah.
I didn't get any of that.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
You didn't understand what I said?
No, I understood.
Like,
Please
why
don't
would you
repeat
want
it.
to kill a happy cow? That's like, it's not a joke. Why? Like, some people say this, that they don't want the cow to be free range and happy and enjoy its
Why
life.
would
they
you
want it
not
to be
want-
miserable because it's going to die for you.
Let me just tell you something. I've seen cows, and I don't think I was able to ever discern whether it was a happy cow or a not happy cow.
No, I disagree with that.
Okay.
Cows are very sociable animals. Actually.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
But this is the way,
And
tail wagging.
you've done a lot of research on this, Paul.
I've actually been around cows in my life.
You've interviewed a lot of cows.
Not a lot.
So if I lined up 10 cows in a pasture and let you stare at them for 10 minutes, you tell me which ones were happy and which ones weren't?
Yeah, I could probably tell you that. Yeah. I think I could.
I'm just picturing I'm picturing a lineup like the usual suspects with like these cows and
right. Can you believe we're having this conversation?
You know what? The dude, the cow with the glasses, I think he's happy. That one's happy.
Yeah, I think that's the cow from the Ben and Jerry's one. Yeah, he's real happy.
Look how fat he is. He's probably really happy. You don't think that a Wagyu cow is happier than like just a regular lower grade
No,
beef?
because they don't have reference. It's not like he's sitting around going, man, those other cows, screw those guys. Look at me, I'm in the spa.
The fact that you got to explain that to him is hilarious.
No, that's a terrible excuse because
Something's wrong
because a
with
kid
you.
that grows up in poverty that's starving. I'm saying a kid.
Wait. I want to hear.
They don't have reference. They don't have a reference
And
to
they're
how
not-
other people live.
Okay, but
Are you serious?
wait,
They
I'm
have
gonna tell you
television?
Oh God.
But I'm gonna tell you.
Some places don't have TV.
The homeless guy at the streetlight's got an iPhone 10. What are you talking about?
I'm saying in other countries.
But you can't equate that to poverty. So I spent a lot of time in Nicaragua and Guatemala and everything. I can tell you, people with no money
Go
down
get
there,
'em, Fred.
those kids are pretty happy because they don't have the reference. So I know somebody that actually had those kids and says, "I'm going to bring them to America, take them to Disney World
They get miserable.
on a trip." And the person that that he was donating money said, "Do not do that because then they will see what they don't know that they don't have."
Exactly.
That was like 17 negatives in one sentence.
Yeah, but I get what you're saying.
But I mean, but they will find. They'll find a tire.
This is called a light bulb. You see,
Look,
you
I'm not
see it
saying
up
it's
here?
I'm not saying it's right, but they'll find a tire, and kids will play with a tire for friggin' all day long.
Exactly.
Now, don't get me wrong. Their circumstances are much worse, but they don't have reference of not knowing that that's not supposed to be
So we
fun.
should leave them in poverty so that they never see what they could possibly
No.
have, so that they
No.
stay happy.
Either you get them out of poverty, help raise them out of poverty, but you don't just bring them to Disneyland and throw them back in.
dangle it in front of them and then here you go back.
You either go get the cows in the field and bring them to get massages with the Wagyu cow, or you leave them there and don't tell them about it and shut the hell up.
Brilliant.
Unreal, man. Unbelievable. Is Coupon?
Yeah, he's calling in about 3 minutes.
We should see what he thinks.
Oh yeah, I'd love to know what his frame of reference on the cows is. I mean, can he pick a happy
Fred is
cow out of a
angry. I
lineup?
feel like I've angered Fred.
I'm not angry.
I'm like,
He's not
No,
angry.
I don't get angry.
No,
You
no,
know,
you're
good.
just ridiculous.
In the same vein, Paul, could you pick out a happy pig? Can you find the happy pigs?
Pigs are very intelligent.
Oh, the one waddling in mud is happy.
Pigs are very intelligent, but they are disgusting. So I don't know.
Why are they
Whoa. I'm with you on this. Right
You're
away.
upset about pigs?
You are a really prejudicial person.
I'm-
First, you don't invite him because he doesn't have kids. You don't invite me because I have kids. And now pigs are disgusting. Why are pigs disgusting?
Pigs are kind of gross. They're always
Tell
in
me
their
why.
own. They're always in their own filth, rolling
Yeah,
in their
dogs
own
eat
filth.
their own crap.
Well, some dogs, but not smart dogs. Maybe yours does.
Wow. Wow.
Wow,
One
now
over
you're
the
intelligent
bow.
shaming dogs on
Yeah,
top
I mean,
of that?
seriously.
Wow.
What'd I tell you, cat person?
Yeah,
why are pigs disgusting?
Well, there's many religions around the world that won't eat pork because of how pork
Dude,
lives.
see, not Italian.
But I
not
eat.
Italian.
That's not true. I eat pork all the time. I'm just
I know.
saying The animal itself is kind of gross.
Because of other religion beliefs, you find the pig disgusting.
I'm just making a statement that pigs are known to be filthy.
You're saying we should only kill the ugly animals.
No,
is that what I'm hearing?
I'm not asking.
Yeah.
Hold on, wait.
Fluffy bunnies, they're okay.
Why are pigs ugly?
No, I don't eat rabbit.
Hold on, wait. He said pigs are known to be filthy. So let me just clarify this. Which wild animal? Which wild animal do you feel goes to the day spa and is pretty clean? I just want to know. You know, they lick their own fur with their saliva.
Actually, raccoons are pretty neat. They're pretty comfortable.
Are they?
Yeah, they seem pretty cool.
Actually, I read something like they got like OCD or something. Oh no, they wash their food before they eat it.
Yeah, yeah.
Raccoons wash their food.
Yeah.
It was the funniest video.
It's to make sure it's not an impossible apple.
Right? Wait, it's the funniest video out there. Google it. But somebody gave a raccoon some cotton candy. And then he goes
I saw that.
He goes to the
water.
to
wash it.
He puts it in there and washes it, and it disappears. He's like, where'd it go?
It's awesome.
He's looking
it's
all
awesome.
over for it.
I gotta see that.
It's awesome, yeah.
But I mean, really, what wild animal is not
I don't disagree. I just have a problem with eating baby animals. That's my only problem. I feel guilty
You
about
call pigs
that.
disgusting.
That's
pigs live inside.
I just want to make sure. So when you go to a farm and a cow's out there and it's got a couple cow turds around it and flies are and it's swatting, do you look at the cow and go, well, that's an undisgusting cow? I mean, I don't get it.
No, I do not.
So you're just prejudiced.
I was just making a statement that pigs are
disgusting.
Are known to be disgusting. That's like maybe it
is.
Oh,
they're known. Now they have a reputation.
It's a generalization.
It's digging, shovel, right?
Yeah.
Shovel.
It's a generalization. You're right.
I've never heard that. Have you ever heard that generalization?
You never heard that pigs are gross?
No.
Oh, come on.
No.
They live in a sty.
Once again,
pigs live in their own filth. They pig sty? No.
The pig is happy because it has no reference of what other pigs are not doing or what the cows are doing.
It's God's creatures. I find it very beautiful.
Look, I talk about in that chapter how much I like Charlotte's Web, but at some point you got to look at it from the farmer's perspective that doesn't get bacon. I'm just saying, let's just honor both sides here.
At some point, the farmer does have to feed his family.
It's a symbiotic relationship, but I don't believe we're all meant to just eat vegetables. I don't believe that.
Have you watched Game Changer?
No, what's that?
You know what? I haven't watched it yet. I've been attempting to watch it now.
Wait, now you throw it out to me like it's something that changed your life. Right. You haven't watched it.
I'm going to give you reference.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to lose $1 here, aren't I?
No.
Okay. All right. Just checking.
I want you to watch it because I'll be interested in what
Game
you think.
Changer. It's called Game Changer.
About 3 weeks ago, a couple guys I know said you got to watch the movie Game Changer. Game Changer. You know, I didn't listen, right? And over the last 3 weeks, I've probably heard about 24 people talk about it. And so far, everybody I know who's watched it hasn't eaten meat since watching it.
Is it a movie?
It's a documentary. Mostly Schwarzenegger's in it,
so
athletes.
it's way in the bottom part of the movie cues. Because
Yes.
I don't scroll as far as documentary.
Yes. No, but it's a Netflix. It's on Netflix. It's called Game Changer.
Really?
And I haven't watched it. Both my wife and I said we want to watch it. But it's funny because in the last 3 weeks, I've met multiple people. Julie in our office has watched it, and it's been like a week now.
Yep.
Week
She
or
hasn't
two.
eaten meat?
She hasn't eaten meat since.
Wow.
It's about professional athletes who I mean, some of these guys are the strongest guys in the world. You see, like
Absolutely.
how they've talked about how we've been conned into saying that protein's important and meat's important for growth, and how their whole life and their body has performed 100 times better since they went to plant-based foods. And Schwarzenegger's one of these guys, and there's a lot of famous people in it, but it's motivated and moved like almost everybody I know who's seen the movie, which is kind of why I've been maybe hesitant
You're
to watch it.
avoiding it.
Yeah, because I'm not sure I want to not.
Yeah, what
eat
if we
bacon.
actually end up trying it?
Right.
I mean,
Yeah. But if you watch it, I'll watch it.
I want to think about it. I have the same reservations you do. Like those movies that, where they show about how they handle the animals. Like, I don't watch those movies
it's not
because
about that. They just give you hard facts that people don't talk about.
Well, because those PETA movies will mess you up for a couple
it's not
months.
about protecting the animals at all. It's strictly on how it changes your body's performance and how the body reacts to a pure plant.
See, but I'm with you. Then I'm scared to watch it because I might give up. It's like when I saw Super Size Me, that guy that ate all that stuff at McDonald's.
You couldn't order.
There was like 3 days that I didn't go to McDonald's. I mean, it was a life-changing experience.
But I'd be interested to see what you thought of watching it. My wife wants to watch it, so sooner or later I'm going to have to sit down and watch it.
A little bit.
So.
If you do it, I'll do it.
Yeah?
But we'll see if we'll.
All right, well, listen,
Maybe you guys can
let's do this.
FaceTime and watch it at the same time.
No.
seriously.
Why you gotta make it creepy?
Right? It's weird. No, but seriously, let
Paul
me know
makes
if you're really
everything
gonna do it, and
creepy.
I'll do it.
I'll do it.
And
If
then-
you do it, I'll do it.
And then we could do like a little interview of what we thought about
Okay.
it.
All right.
All right, I'm in.
There we go.
All
All right.
done.
With that said, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we will talk to Mr. William Cooper. Keep it lit.
You're listening to KMA Talk Radio. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
We're on Instagram too.
Yes, it's mandatory.
Hi, this is Nish Patel from Rocky Patel Premium Cigars. I want to introduce you guys out to our Old World Reserve Corojo made in a Honduran facility. What a beautiful medium-bodied cigar. When you light it up, it's got a gorgeous white ash, and you get that sweetness from that delicious Corojo wrapper, a little bit of spice, and a lot of nuttiness. Go to your local brick and mortar, check out the Old World Reserve Corojo. You will not be disappointed. Again, what a delicious cigar.
Nestor Miranda's Special Selection, the original collaboration with My Father Cigars, returns. A cigar for the movers, the shakers, the grinders, the doers, the builders. A cigar for those who give a firm handshake. If you're not afraid of starting with just $20 and a dream, we know all about that. Nestor Miranda's Special Selection is an all-Nicaraguan masterpiece full of rich, deep flavors and complexity at an exceptional value. The original is back and made for those who know all about getting out there and doing something spectacular. Here's to the hustle, available now through your local tobacconist.
Hello, this is Glenn Case, owner of Christoph Cigars. There's nothing more important to me than family. That's why I treasure the moments with my wife Terry and our son Christopher, aka Christoph. When we have those rare moments to talk about life, there's nothing better than smoking Christoph to enhance our time together. For Terry, it's our Christoph Sweet Tip Cuban selection. For Chris, our Sumatra. And for me, our original Maduro. Enhance your family time with Christoph Cigars.
Dunbarton Tobacco and Trust and its master ligador, Steve Saka, is crafting the very finest cigars available today. One such brand is his Todos los Dias. This liga is very smooth with tastes of dark chocolate and figs, with a nice sweet chili pepper that escalates in warmth as you smoke it. On the palate, it feels like a medium-bodied smoke, but it's lying to you, as the cigar is quite strong. From the first puff, there's no doubt of the origin of Todos los Dias, or that it's intended solely for the seasoned cigar smoker. Viva Nicaragua.
With over 20 years in the cigar industry, Eric Espinoza has done it all. He began in retail, became a sales manager, developed and owns his own brands, and today is internationally known as a manufacturer of top-quality premium cigars. Nothing gives Eric more pleasure than to be able to make his own cigars for consumers worldwide to enjoy. Experience cigars made in the Espinoza way. La Ranja Reserva, Murcielago, 601, and Espinosa Habano, and Connecticut. For more information, visit EspinozaCigars.com.
On a remote island in the center of Nicaragua's largest freshwater lake is a small valley that rests between two active volcanoes. This is the island of Ometepe, and it produces some of the rarest and most flavorful tobaccos in the world. Rafael Nadal, creator of the brand Aging Room, has issued Ometepe tobacco to create his newest masterpiece, the Aging Room Bin No. 2. Why not experience one of the most complex and elegant flavor journeys available, and pick up a Bin No. 2 today. Surgeon General warning, cigar smoking can cause cancer of the mouth and throat even if you do not inhale.
Awarded the 2014 Nicaraguan Cigar of the Year with numerous 90-plus ratings, the Perdomo 20th Anniversary Cigar celebrates Tabacalera Perdomo's 20 years as one of Nicaragua's largest premium cigar manufacturers. Using only the highest priming tobaccos grown exclusively by the Perdomo family, the 20th Anniversary Cigar has a tremendous profile with layer upon layer of rich, elegant, complex flavors. Visit your nearest authorized tobacconist today and experience the masterful blend of these Nicaraguan puros. Now available in extremely limited edition pyramid size in sun-grown or Maduro.
Great and fun times are always made better with great food. Come experience the new menu by Rum Shack at the world-famous Spearmint Rhino in West Palm Beach, featuring exciting new and delicious offerings. Experience their 1-pound New York strip steak special for just under $15 daily until 10 p.m. Enjoy a fine lunch without breaking your wallet every Tuesday and Saturday from their $7 lunch menu. No matter the time or day, the kitchen is open till close at Spearmint Rhino, West Palm Beach.
Welcome back. You're listening to KMA Talk Radio. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
We're on Instagram too.
Yes, it's mandatory.
Welcome back to KMA Talk Radio, broadcasting live. I am Adam K. the Brewmeister. We are here on this lovely November day in lovely West Palm Beach, Florida, with me, of course, Honest Abe. Paul, the producer.
Yep, I'm here.
And noted author Fred Rewey. So long, and thanks for all the bacon. Make sure you pick it up on Amazon.
Right now.
Right now. It's available. Guess what? It's been available for 3 hours. You can get it.
Yes.
Actually, so the first copy, and I don't know how he got it, bought off Amazon, and maybe it's the international Dateline bullshit. A guy in Scotland got it yesterday, day before yesterday.
Really?
And posted a picture of it. Holy crap.
He got the
And you
physical copy
know
already.
nothing of, like, there's no connection.
I know he
like,
follows
of
me.
you to him?
I know.
Okay.
I mean, he's a really cool dude. We
Okay.
talk to each other on Twitter and stuff all the time. So
That's pretty cool.
Now, do you decide where the page breaks were, or was that all the editor's work?
no, I did because when they first sent it to me, I wanted each chapter to start on the right page.
Yeah, I noticed that.
And I didn't like it when it was on the left, and then
I'm
sometimes
OCD, and I like that. I like how you even would have a blank page.
The problem, what really tipped it off is that, if you look at an illustration, occasionally there's an illustration, and it was just stick figure stuff. It would be on the left page, and then the chapter would start on the right. So the illustration really went with the previous chapter.
Right.
So you've got like this picture of a McRib sandwich, and it's next to, Wise Fred, hate rats, or whatever it may be.
No, I like how you did that, because I caught that, actually. I was like, I like that. Okay, so it was on the right.
And on the phone with us to give his thoughts on if you can pick out a happy cow, Mr. William Cooper of CigarCoop.com.
Hey, yo, what's my theme music?
The Scoop with Coop. Breaking industry news. Hear it first on KMA Talk Radio and cigar-coop.com.
Koopaloop, what is happening?
Hey guys, how's it going?
Oh, it's a lovely day. We've had a wonderful time. Have you gotten a copy of Fred's book yet?
Not yet, but I can say, that Fred's previous book, Be the Lime, it was a very big influence in me launching my podcast, because when I left my old podcast, I was looking for things to do different, and I've said this many times about the Be the Lime book. Tremendous piece of work, at least if you're looking to kind of start up something and stand out. So I'm really looking forward to the Bacon book.
Yeah,
for sure.
this next book's nothing like that, Coop. So this next book's going to actually have you close down the podcast and just, go to fast food the rest of your life. Yeah. Dude. And by the way, Coop, before I forget, there is a copy in the mail to you as of today, and I think you're supposed to get it Monday at your house.
Oh, thank you very much. Really appreciate that.
Yep.
So, Coop, what's going on in the news this week?
Well, the big news that I think set a lot of people on alert, so to speak, is this comprehensive anti-tobacco bill that passed the House subcommittee. And it's a bill that included language for banning flavored tobacco, banning online internet and catalog sales, as well as a national tobacco age of 21. The thing about this is this bill just passed a subcommittee. It hasn't even gone to a full committee yet. It certainly hasn't gone to the Senate yet, where they need to introduce a bill on that. And so, while I think it's a little premature to panic, it's still at the same time, I think it's something that we need to keep our eyes open on. Certainly, that a bill with very with language such as this is kind of making its way through Congress right now.
This is true. And the fact that they're bringing it up and they're introducing these things, and we're still looking at FDA regulation and everything else that's going along with that, kind of seems like they're taking a big swing, though.
Yeah, I mean, CRA's been pretty open and vocal on this week. PCA was a lot quieter than I thought they would be, considering a lot of this does affect their retailers here right now in terms of flavored tobacco sales and internet and catalog sales. So that was kind of a little puzzling why they were so quiet this week, but we'll see what happens.
So who's the douchebag that led this subcommittee is what I have to ask, and how can we get them not reelected?
It's a gentleman by the name of Frank Pallone, who is from New Jersey, and he's the guy leading this right now.
Enough said. Jersey.
Yeah.
Enough said.
Forget about it.
Somebody get Tony Soprano on the phone and send him over to Pallone's house.
Yeah, Donna Shalala was involved with this too, which is kind of interesting. There's some thoughts that she may be able to mitigate some of this stuff, given she recently visited El Titan de Bronze, but I don't know if you can count on that right now, is what I would say.
Definitely not. Well, we'll definitely keep our eyes on this story. What else is going on, Coop?
TPE 2020 is coming up in January, and Tobacco Media Group, which is the group that runs the TPE, which is Tobacco Plus Expo, which is a newer trade show. It's an up-and-coming trade show, I should say. They announced that Karl Malone, the 14-time NBA All-Star, second all-time leading scorer, is going to deliver the keynote address. Carl's actually in the cigar business. He runs a retail shop with his daughter out in Louisiana, and he also has his own cigar brand through La Aurora Cigars. So they got a little star power to be at the convention this year. So it's good news for folks attending.
I mean, do you really think that, I don't know, star power has been at conventions since I've first been going to conventions. I don't know who really cares anymore. I could care less if Karl Malone's going to be there or not. I'm telling you, the last great keynote speaker that I saw that was truly enjoyable was Terry Bradshaw. They had Terry Bradshaw one year at the IPCPR, and that was an awesome.
Oh, really?
breakfast.
I never knew that.
Oh, that was an awesome breakfast. But
Ditka was good, Abe. Ditka was very good when he was there a few years ago.
Ditka is good, but I don't know if that's I guess it may be.
I think to your point,
He
though,
was he was getting older by then, but I thought he was very good.
I don't think any of these guys get anybody on a plane that wasn't going.
Yeah,
so it's just, and I don't mean that in a bad way. I just mean it's like,
it's a fair point.
Yeah, no one's going to jump on a plane because of the keynote speaker being a name that they really want to see. They may be more or less happy when they're there of who they get to see, but they're not deciding to go because of that.
Or even the year we had John Taffer. He lives in Vegas.
Yeah, right.
No, I would agree with that. I
was watching your episode last night. You went through all the TPE nominations, which I really kind of find is funny because it's kind of like you just made a self-made nominations, right? This is like only 1 or 2 years old.
Yeah, they're very new.
Right. Well, the TPE's not new. Hello?
No. Yeah, you here? I'm there. Yeah. No, I know the TPE's not new. Yeah.
TPE's been around a long time. The ownership's changed and who running's changed, but it's not new. But this awards is new. And do you find it odd when you make up your own awards thing, Fred?
I thought it was, and I thought it was really interesting, and especially that they're putting it out to the people. And if you listen to the show, I was kind of raising a lot of questions on these nominations. Not that there's bad people or bad cigars or anything like that, but when, I thought it was kind of, I mean, there's nothing like giving an award out to get someone to a convention.
Well, that's funny.
That's kind of where I think this is going.
Hold on, it's funny because I was nominated. So,
for what category?
Best multi-chain store.
Okay.
Top multi-chain store.
I did say I think you should win that too. I meant that. So.
You gave me love. I appreciate it. But yeah, I was nominated.
I didn't know you were out there either listening when I said that.
No, I knew I was watching under.
So they're saying, so who are the heavy hitters that are not going to other conventions that maybe we could get to come to ours?
Well, I find it very, very odd.
You give somebody an award, they show up.
But here's what I did learn. Right, someone actually nominated me. So it may have not been driven.
I think I voted for you. Like did they send out an email for voting, Coop? Is that company?
Maybe. But I'm not going to go out there and send out 500,000 emails. Hey, vote for me but
Don't they pay to fly you out or something?
If I want to go, yeah, they'll pay to take me out there and they do it.
Yeah, these awards, these crowdsource awards, are usually the people who can best mobilize their troops. If you get them to vote, just like any election, you're going to have the best chance of winning. And if you look historically what Cigar Journal's done, the people who've won the Cigar Journal Awards, which are also voted on by people, are the ones where the companies have said, go out and vote for me right now.
That's my point. How does it really make me the best retailer that I can just mobilize more people than someone else?
Yeah, a lot of brands have said that too.
That's
on
what I'm saying.
Facebook. I've noticed that.
It's like, and it's funny as I look at last year after people won, they were so proud. We won. Oh my God, they love me. They really, really love me. And it was just weird. I don't get it.
And how do we not just call this like a giant piece of clickbait?
Yeah, whatever it is. Look, it's nice to have. Look, it's nice to have some industry recognition. Some industry standard. But I think an organization that's hosting a trade show, whose process may be not the most organic, You know,
Right.
I just don't think it legitimizes it as far as I'm concerned. You know?
And they're
And I'm not saying that because I'm probably most definitely not going to win. Because I haven't been to the TPE.
Well, now you're not.
I haven't been to the TPE, nor am I probably going to go to the show. But
the only way you'd get Abe there is if you flew him out private. I bet if they sent you
it's
a
not
jet,
about
you
that.
would go.
No, it's not about that, Paul. It's about time now, right? When you have 4 kids and you're married, you got businesses. It's about weighing the value of the time. There's not that much of value for me to be there.
Well, you and your wife take a vacation.
We're going to Napa next week. That's our vacation.
Okay.
Being around a lot of other cigar retailers and
is work.
My industry is not a vacation.
Right.
You know, we've talked about going to Napa for years, and we're finally doing that trip.
Us too. I hear it's amazing.
Well,
you'll enjoy it.
actually, a lot of my dear friends in the actual cigar industry and the booze industry has hooked us up. So we got a lot of.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, we got into a lot of very cool things. That some of it. I mean, one of our bucket list items has always been to go to the French Laundry. So, and yeah, well, I mean, actually, Robert Keller's brother was a customer of ours. He comes to the register one day and gives me a credit card. I see David Keller. I'm like, oh, you wouldn't have to be Robert Keller's brother, would you? And he's like, well, yes, I am. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. No, he was. Actually gave my wife an autographed cookbook. But that's like always been a place we always said we ever made it. Now, I did this as a last-minute trip because I'm just trying to. My wife is not going to see me for 2 months now after getting ready for the Great Smoke. So I figured
do it before?
Yeah, let's do
cool.
it. Let's do it. Get her a little time. That way, ease the pain of me not being around for the next 2 months. And I said there's no way I was going to get seating, and I was very lucky. One of my friends in the industry hooked us up, got us seating. So we're going to do one of our bucket list items. Yeah, we're very excited.
Awesome.
My wife is uber excited over this trip. So that should give me at least 2 or 3 months of, she won't be mad at me for something small.
Hopefully.
Right?
Knock on wood.
Yeah. But do you go to the TPE?
Coop?
I'm going this year. This is going to be my first year.
First year. Did you go at all when you were in the industry?
No,
Okay.
but they're definitely making significant inroads because of all the stuff with PCA and what's been going around there. They're definitely capturing market share.
Well, because without a doubt, because I think Phillips and King is running it like a business, right? They're running it. The PCA is made up of mostly of guys who run their businesses who meet once or twice a year, and they're running it like a real outfit. So that's why I actually said on my show, my prediction is in the next 2 or 3 years that the TPE they'll merge, they'll take over, and it'll be one thing.
I don't know.
I kind of have that theory. I'm been more and more going to that theory.
Rumor has it, and it's strictly rumor.
Coop, you don't work in rumors, so
No,
this is
but
not
we
from
do.
you.
But we do. Rumors have it that right now there are 3 major players who are definitely not coming to the trade show next year.
To PCA.
Yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
I can confirm I've heard the same rumor.
We can't mention a name, but we know one that's definitely not going that we spoke to at one point.
Yeah, so I think you're going to start seeing the PCA unravel.
But I don't see a reason for them to merge as much as TPE just grabs it. What's in it for them to merge?
Well, I mean, look, they do have resources, databases, and whatnot.
They do.
And it would be a smart merge. It wouldn't be a stupid merge. But, yeah, I mean, they could do one show for both sides of the industry and make it a mega show.
Yeah.
I think organically it'll be better for a trade show as a whole that way. And honestly, I think TPE is running it better. But we'll see what happens. Interesting.
All right, so Coop, what's coming up on cigar-coop.com this week?
Got a review of a Kirk Kendall 724 Factory 57, and I have a big story I've been kind of working on for a few weeks. It is, as we get into top 25 season, it's an article that's going to compare how far apart online media is from print media in terms of their top 25 list.
Well, let me ask you this.
And they are far apart, what this article is going to show.
Oh, well, let me ask you this. Do you feel that print media is advertising-driven?
I think it's relationship-driven.
Basically,
what the hell does that mean? Same thing,
means,
right?
Yeah, that's advertising-driven.
I think, and I've actually kind of written about this already, I think that when print publications, which I think we know who they are, they have a relationship, it leads to the first step of getting on the top 25 list.
That's fine. That's top 25.
Yeah.
Ratings in general. I mean, do you feel that, whether it's top 25 or just regular, do you feel that advertising plays a role when it's print media?
I think you could make the same argument with some online media publications.
But if somebody doesn't advertise in a said magazine, do they even get rated? It happens,
but
it's rare.
Not
right?
very often.
No. The argument is, it's typically when they're courting a company to advertise.
Oh, they rate them.
My problem. My
And
problem
if
with
they
that.
start advertising, the good ratings continue.
Okay.
If they don't start advertising, guess what happens? Doesn't get rated again.
Or it's the other way.
My problem was if you look at the boutique boom and you looked at the the top, let's say 20, 25, 30, whatever cigars that were in print media, and you look at the boutique boom, say let's take and even when they honed their craft, so 2014, 15, 16, when that list would not have any boutiques on it, no small companies, no one stuff like. You mean to tell me out of all those guys out there, and some of them are rock stars, some of them, none of them ever had a product good enough to make that top 25 or top 20 or top 30? That's when to me it's like completely skewed.
You know, I'm just going to talk about cigar aficionados right now. I just don't agree with that whole system. You can't tell me the cigar of the year is something that came out 20 years ago, 15 years ago. I think the top 25 cigars at a legitimate scale, and this is what makes me think that advertising is involved, because it just would make sense, right? If your cigar was released in 2019, well, in 2020, we pick out the best cigars, top 25 of what came out in 2019. If your cigar didn't make that cut, well, guess what? It's never going to be number one. There's not this, maybe we'll give it to them 2 years later or whatever. No, man. The whole process should be what's coming out. These are the top cigars of 2019. These are the top cigars. And then if once every 5 years you want to do a lifetime.
Right.
But
you don't feel like there's a rotational calendar like, oh, hey, so-and-so's up this year. They got to be on there.
Right. It just doesn't make sense
And
to
actually,
me.
and Coop, I do like your list, so don't think I'm stepping on yours. One thing I did like about Half Wheel's list, which is their collective list, which is they went to all print media and all legitimate online media, and they created a master list based on winning. Because you know what? I can tell you from experience, you can manipulate one or the other. You have your friend here, he likes you, he's a fanboy, he's not a fanboy, whatever it is.
Right.
You can't manipulate the entire system. So I will say that list was a pretty solid list.
Fred, actually, in the article, it talks about that consensus list that they've done. And there's 52 different companies that have landed on the consensus list over the last 8 years. Nomad, which when you had it, had the 11th most spots of those 52 companies. So Nomad rated very high.
Didn't even know that.
Which I found it was one of the more interesting data points that came out of what I'm doing.
Yeah, I always thought that was an interesting idea because, like I said, you can manipulate one or a big buddy, but you can't move the entire system.
No, makes sense.
So true.
And you probably had a lot more heavy boutique on a lot of those guys that really made good cigars.
Wait, before Coop goes,
that's
before we let him
definitely
go,
what that's going to show too.
We want to ask him quickly about the Impossible Whopper.
Okay.
Because we were talking about that. Coop, you were a fan of the Impossible Whopper, right? We were talking about it with Fred.
Yeah. Okay. So I think there's been a little bit of a misinformation on. Yes, I had the Impossible Whopper. Yes, I liked it. At no point did I ever say I am going to have this over standard beef. In terms of I prefer this over standard beef. So the problem I have with a lot of these, like, I understand when the meat lovers get upset at the vegans, right? Because when the vegans get militant about trying to ban meat, I think that's wrong. But at the same time, I don't think meat lovers people should be spitting on another option. If someone wants to have something that's plant-based and they like it, let them have it.
I haven't seen that.
Yeah, I haven't seen that either. Me and Fred are making the same faces over here. I haven't seen that either. I think that gets confused because, like, I just can't even see myself going to a menu and seeing real meat and then Impossible meat. Like, you know what? I think today I'm going to try. No, it's just not happening. But with all due respect, as far as Whoppers go, the beef is Impossible meat anyway. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you're not eating real meat either way.
I heard Fred's point, and I remember the comment he made. He's 100% right about that. I ain't going to dispute it. But, I mean, I had it, and I liked it. I mean, did I want to not like it? Yeah, but I liked it. I'm giving an honest opinion of that.
I like it.
Look, I think meat eaters are more receptive to a Impossible Burger in the world than vegans are to a meat one.
Do you know why, though? Because primal instinct takes over, and that just says more meat for us.
Yeah, that's true.
We don't have an issue with it. Oh, you don't want to eat meat? Guess what? I get more.
That's right.
That's why we don't care. You're laughing, but I'm telling you, that's why we don't care. There's not a meat guy out there that's going to say, how could you not eat meat? No, all right, you don't want to eat? Good. Can you convince some other people not to eat meat too? Because that just means there's more for the rest of us carnivores.
That's right.
That's why we don't care by nature.
We don't.
Instinctively, we don't.
There's a whole chapter on that.
Yes, there is.
here.
Hey, Coop, by the way, speaking of the book, I expect to get the 2019 guy that was in the cigar industry, left the cigar industry, wrote a book, #1 spot. For a book.
I don't know. You could be up for Person of the Year then.
Well, didn't Dave release his book this year?
He had a marketing book last year, didn't it? Was it last year?
It was. I think it was earlier this year. It's not cigar related. His book though.
No,
It's more
it's a marketing.
retail. It's a retail related book.
It was a good book. It was a good book.
I didn't read his
It
book.
was. He did a nice job on it. Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
I should.
We didn't even talk about it when he was on the air. Just Dave,
Well,
you
because
guys?
because it was post that whole cigar con thing, and that was like
That's
the
why
hot-
he was on.
That was the hot button.
topic.
That was the hot button of that week.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That was the thing we had to talk about. All right, Coop, have a great week. We will talk to you next week, and make sure everybody out there checks out cigar-coop.com for all the latest news, information, and high-quality reviews.
Thanks, everybody. Take care.
All right.
Be good, Coop.
All right, with that, let's see this week who belongs in a cigar insane asylum.
Welcome to the Cigar Asylum,
Did you know I'm utterly insane? We all go a little mad sometimes.
where logic and reason cease to exist.
This week, who belongs in a cigar insane asylum, brought to you by CLE and Asylum Cigars.
This week's inductee literally got a taste of his own medicine. Mukhlis, who goes by, you never corrected this verbiage.
I did.
Mukhlis, who goes by one name, he goes by one name, which is very customary in Indonesian culture, is deeply conservative province of Indonesia. He recently received 28 lashes in front of a crowd after being caught having an affair with a married woman. The kicker? The company he works for advises the local government on drafting and implementing religious laws. In fact, he created the law requiring lashings for adultery, which he was being punished by. A video of local news agency shows him grimacing as each strike is delivered onto his back by a masked officer on stage. Why do they mask the officer? Do they think retribution, like the guy's going to see him in the street?
It's also the same reason why every time they do the lethal injection, that person is wearing a mask and not seen. The doctor is not seen. In Florida, the guy wears a spacesuit.
If you're lashing a dude, let me just work this out. If you're lashing a dude, he's going to survive. And, you might run into him at the grocery store, the drive-thru, and he sees you. He may be a little resentful.
You son of a bitch.
Yeah, remember getting lashed. But when you're beheading a dude, or you're killing him, what do you care? He's not...
Retribution from the family that's watching.
Yeah.
all right.
I would.
All right.
And everybody knows you're the murderer.
I didn't
You protect
think about
the
that.
identity of
I
him.
didn't think
Yeah.
about it. All right,
Yeah.
no problem. Anyways, and they did it in front of a handful of onlookers, some of whom filmed it with their cell phones. The woman who he was caught with also received a series of lashes. This region follows Sharia law, which uses caning and lashing to punish a series of offenses such as homosexuality, drinking alcohol, having sex outside of marriage. Well, who would want to live there?
Well, Sharia law. I mean,
Right?
that's just what it is. Yeah.
Congratulations, Mukhlis. You were at least man enough to take the punishment that you have created. You are this week's inductee into the Cigar Insane Asylum.
Fantastic.
Yes, interesting one. Interesting pick this week.
Yeah, well done, Paul.
Adam hated it.
Way to end on a high note.
Yeah, right.
I know, right?
Really weird.
Oh, we still have a minute
Producer.
or two.
Well, listen, we also got through a closed caption contest, which is a pretty funny photo of Coop last week eating crickets.
Here, I'll
I
show
can't
it.
remember what the flavor was, whether it was sour cream.
No, he had the salt and vinegar.
Salt and vinegar.
Salt and vinegar crickets. I saw that.
Would you eat
online.
crickets?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah,
I have too. Yeah.
I've eaten worms, dried up worms.
I mean, they just taste like whatever they put
Yeah, I know,
on
but
them.
just crickets look.
It's just
the whole-
sawdust with whatever flavoring is what it tastes
Exactly.
like.
The whole legs and eyeballs. I mean, the
You're
worms
in it
were
for the
easy.
flavor, though. It's like escargot. Nobody likes snails. You're in it for the garlic butter.
Yeah, without a
You're in it
doubt.
for the garlic butter.
Yes.
And if that waiter tries to take away that plate before you've sopped up all the garlic
Every
butter,
ounce of it.
he is dead.
He's dead.
Yeah.
Well, that's like a sin. That's a you
You
can't
could have
make that
erasers in there, and no one would care.
Absolutely. If it's good, absolutely.
Yeah, it's garlic butter. I'm in.
Absolutely. Well, Fred, thanks for coming on, man.
Yeah,
it
thanks
was
for
a good
having me.
show, man. It
Just,
really was.
just remind everybody how they can get the book. What
Yeah,
the
go
details
to
are.
Amazon, search for So Long and Thanks for All the Bacon book. Otherwise, you'll probably find other bacon stuff. You can download for the next 72 hours until Monday night, midnight, or whatever time they cut it off. A digital version that you can put on a Kindle app, like a tablet or something like that. Otherwise, the paperback's on there right now you can buy, and the audiobook narrated by me will actually be there within probably a week or two.
Okay.
That's pretty cool, too.
Absolutely.
That's actually, that would be something I'd like to hear it in your voice.
I
Obviously.
only did that because I had got Steve Martin's audiobook, and it was such a neater story hearing him tell it.
Always.
Yeah.
Because you get the subtle influence.
Just so you know, I'm an Audible guy. I'm an
Yeah.
audiobook guy. I listen in the car a lot. This was like the first, this is like the first
proud of you.
Physically,
I'm proud.
in a
I'm
long time.
You did better than Adam. I gave him a copy last week, too.
Oh, you didn't have enough time.
Yeah.
Too much bourbon.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, this is actually this was the first physical book I've actually read in a long time. So, but it was good. It was enjoyable.
Thank you.
Fred, best of luck with the book. Thank you for being here. May it sell thousands and thousands of copies. Everybody out there, make sure you go get one.
Next thing you know, he'll be on Oprah.
Exactly.
I don't think she's on anymore.
No.
You can still get an Oprah Book
Doesn't
Club
she got a
sticker.
book club thing, you know,
Yeah.
still?
She does stuff.
You could get an Oprah Book Club sticker.
#1 Oprah book of the
Maybe
year.
she'll interview
Fred
yeah.
Rewey.
podcast.
Oh,
She
she does
does
a
Weight
podcast.
Watchers.
Podcast.
Yeah.
Weight Watchers. I could be on Weight Watchers. Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks, Paul.
There were
Thanks,
some
Paul.
murmurs about you
The
doing
book
a podcast.
sucks, but you lost weight.
There were some murmurs about you doing a podcast.
I just can't think of what to do every single week for an hour.
Well, you go hire somebody really bad like Paul, and they don't do nothing for you either, so you're good to go.
Oh, I could do that.
I'm available.
I'm sure you will be after this show.
You could just do 30 minutes.
But you know what's funny though? Is I'm serious though. Do you guys realize? Is it just me, or have you noticed there's like 400 podcasts now?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah.
see a new
yeah.
one. I
Yeah.
see a new podcast I'd never heard of on Facebook like every week.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Podcasts are, let's see, they're the new Snap bracelets.
All right. Well said.
Yeah. Everybody's got them. Everybody wants to do them, and anybody can get them.
There's a couple that are worth listening to. I would
No,
say
there
I do
are,
listen to
there
a
are.
few of them.
I mean, I love the ones that just really like don't even care about the audio or the sound or the
Yeah.
angle. I mean, it's like sometimes it's not
There's
even
guys
like,
that do it on their phone.
yeah, sometimes it's not that it's hard to. It's not that the content is bad. It's just hard to watch. You know, I'm hearing the background noise. You know, mom's doing dishes in the kitchen
Right,
behind them. You know,
your
it's like,
kids
whoa.
screaming, yeah.
Yeah, so it's kind of funny, but you know, we'll take everything to the next level when our studio's ever done.
One of these days.
Hey, we met with the contractor. It's going to be going.
Oh, you did actually meet with the I didn't know that you actually met with him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, the architect just finished the drawings like a week ago.
That's what
2
I was
weeks ago.
waiting
Yeah,
for,
yeah, no,
okay.
architect's done with the drawings, and the contractor picked them up last week, and we're waiting for his bid. So.
I know Skip is watching right now. Skip, get ready. That means you're actually going to have to come on. You're going to be our first guest in the show.
We'll see if he doesn't
in the new studio.
We'll see if he doesn't chicken out.
He's not. I think I actually think that Skip is a man of his word. He said that he would.
You know, if he could do the interview on Facebook behind a keyboard, maybe. I just don't know if.
No, he's got to come in. He's got to come in.
He will. He will.
I know. I like.
And I want to smoke a baka. I've never smoked.
It was good. I
I
smoked it.
I've heard really great things about
No,
it.
it's very, very good.
Yeah.
He has great cigars.
Listen, if you want any Skip product, just ask Fred. He's always sending it to Fred.
Really?
No.
Fred.
No.
He sent you a whole bunch of swag.
He did.
Yeah,
he did. Yeah.
I follow you, Fred.
Actually,
I'm a stalker.
like if I go through all the cigars I like, though, one of the ones that's always in my, always in the humidor stock would be Skip's Neanderthal.
Okay.
I really like that cigar, and the Baca was very good. Too.
See, I don't want to like a cigar that I just can't get when I want. That's my problem. I try to avoid
you make
those
sure
things.
you keep enough of them, and then
I don't know where.
I mean, I know
I
a guy
don't know
that
where
owns
to
a
get
shop. If you want me to hook you up.
I'll just call Ronnie Haysha.
Oh, didn't he win multi-vendor of the year or multi-shop of the year? Oh, they haven't announced it yet. Sorry, my bad.
He won Habibi of the year. That's what he won. Habibi of the year.
Habibi.
All right, anyway, next week, Akil from Regis Cigars will be here, and Kevin Abbott from Barrel of
Akil or
Monks.
Akil?
Akil.
Akil?
Akil's going to be,
Who's
wow.
Atul? Who I know.
Oh.
He booked him. This should be an interesting
That's going to
show.
be awesome.
I know.
Not since Lars
wanna
Keaton are you going to have so much entertainment.
I told him when he told me the other day.
Oh, I meant to.
You want to come and co-host?
No, but I did want to sit there and talk about how I did everything at 8 years old today, and I forgot to work that in. I forgot to work that in.
Well, didn't you write this book originally when you were 8?
Oh, no, yeah, the first version was.
Found the
Yeah,
manuscript.
oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
this is madness. That book he won't tell us about he wrote when he was 8.
Now I'm so intrigued now. It's like I'm thinking, what can this book be that you
It never went
talk
anywhere.
about?
Because I may rewrite it and bring it back.
Is that what it is? Yeah. Is it a predicate date book? On that note, let's end.
All right, we got to get out of here.
Well, and Kevin Abbott from Barrel of
I
Monks.
said that, yes.
Oh, I didn't hear you say
I
that.
said that.
sorry.
Yeah, Kevin
Really?
Abbott
That
from
was-
Barrel of Monks will be here.
We were already ending it.
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry.
All right. Till then, and as always, keep it lit.
You're listening to KMA Talk Radio. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
We're on Instagram too.
Yes, it's mandatory.
Cigar Fairy's making rounds.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Keep it lit with KMA Talk Radio.